I agree with the one on this. Will was going. Will is special, bro. Well, he's healthy, that DJ. But there's an decision to do it, but they don't get the opportunity, so therefore, we got two conversations. And kudos to him. You got placing with another basketball player to discredit his abilities. Will scored a young thing. No other center, not Shaq, not Kareem, not nobody. If they played in that same game, we'll play it again. At 6'8", nigga, that was Shaq. Why? You don't think Shaq? Nobody would have scored the best in the team said pass the wheel. Nigga, there's a high school game of Kareem playing against another 7-footer in high school. Why do niggas think 7-footers is shit? Every NBA team in the 1950s and 60s, nigga, so nigga was 6'8". There was no 7-foot. It don't matter. So you would Bill Wallace is scoring on the I mean, he just scored on Bill Wallace. Bill Wallace is Bill Wallace, but he never scored 100%. How come Shaq didn't score 100? Nigga, okay, it's 5 and 6'7". Shaq never scored. He wouldn't guard Will either. What do you mean? He guard Shaq. What do you mean? This height conversation is trash. We're talking about y'all dove into what's the argument? Will Chamberlain scored 100 points on a nigga that's 6'8", and we don't even know this nigga. He averaged 50 and 30. We talking like season. He averaged 15. If Shaq played or Kareem played in that same game against that same team era, they probably could have did the same. No, but you can't do that. Shaq has never scored 100. Yeah, he never scored 100. 60. 61 against the Clippers. He never scored 100. But he never scored 100 though. No, bro. The competition was good. The company was good too. Don't just get it well. One game that nobody. But that nigga, you're acting like he did 81. You don't think nobody. Okay, but somebody else did 81 too. Yeah, wait, 50. Look, nigga, 50 and 30 for a season, unarguable. I'm not arguing. I'm talking about that's unarguable. That justifies him getting 100. If you can average 50 and 30, you're gonna have a game where you putting up 80 and 100. Minimum 70. Minimum. Nobody knows but you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that because that's imagination. That didn't happen. Will scored 100 points. That happened. It's recorded. And nobody else has done it. My God. What if these people did this and what if these people did that? What's recorded is he's the only one who did 100 possible. But the only other nigga capable of Shaq. Kareem Shaq. But he never did in high school. He never did in college. Right. He never did in the NBA. He had plenty of chances to put up 100. Right. Here's my point. That means there would have to be a structure. That means the coach said, get this man the ball every play. The team said, well, team that shot, get this man the ball every play. You know, I said 200. And whenever he was shot in the game, and they said, get this man the ball every play, he couldn't score 100. He never did. No, he never did. Look here. Shaq never what happened. When Shaq played against the Clippers, Shaq was 7 points. To go back and listen to them, he was actually ready every play for Shaq. He still got 60. But he looked at the Clippers. I don't give a fuck about that. Shaq was 7 feet in high school and didn't score 100, right? Nigga, it's not. It just ain't. You're trying to make it like, okay, you only scored 100. They only scored 81. No, but listen. He's hold on. What's going on?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Will has scored over 70 like 5-6 times. So he's up there. He didn't just make randomly scored 100 points one particular game. He's used to putting up points.
He's a better athlete.
So he's better.
But to be able to score,
to be
able to, you have to be able to.
He was the system.
It had nothing to do with the system.
They didn't run snaps. They didn't run systems like that back then.
Will
Chamberlain was a system. Give the ball to him. and system developed.
Get the ball to him. That's the system.
No, but
That's the plan. Give
Throw the ball to him.
every play. Give it to him.
Give it to him every
Nigga,
play.
Will Chamberlain is a better athlete than Shaquille O'Neal. He's a better athlete. He
that's all it
runs
is to it.
faster. He's more skilled. He's a better athlete.
So you think Will would have more competition than Shaq?
no, it's
What
not the
do you have to do?
competition.
Yes,
Listen,
yes,
because
yes.
if Shaq was dominating better competition,
Oh, he wasn't.
what would he
But
do
he
to the
wasn't,
lesser
though.
competition back then?
But he
Nigga,
wasn't,
nobody
though.
that Shaq played against is better than Moses Malone except Hakeem.
Right.
That's the only player he played in the post that's better than Moses.
Look, you got to realize Will
Nigga.
played against Hall of Famer Bob Lanier, Hall of Famer Wes Unseld, Hall of Famer Bill Russell,
Moses
Hall
Malone.
of Famer. No, Moses came later.
But he still played.
Yeah, Moses. Moses. Moses played against Kareem. You got to realize in Wilt's era, that was the era of the center. 9 centers from that era made the Hall of Fame.
But he didn't score 100 on none of them.
But
He scored 80 on some of them. He scored
nigga,
70
he
on
was
some
10
of
Y'all
them.
years
know
in.
who he scored 100 on?
Nigga,
there's
Will
a-
got drafted.
who was on
but
that
hold
team he
on.
played against?
Will got drafted.
scored
in-
Who
70
did he
on
play
them.
against? What was the team he scored 100
Hold on, bro. Will got drafted in.
The New York
Will
Knicks.
got drafted in 61, 62, bro. Kareem didn't come till 69, 70, bro.
I know.
So you're talking about him playing against niggas when he was older. Do you remember what Shaq looked like when he was older, when he played with the Celtics and the Cavs and he was garbage?
Right.
Wow.
So you can't keep
Wow.
judging Wilt and Shaq on Shaq's best shit and Wilt's worst shit. Let's compare it.
And he was
Wilt's
still-
first 10 years in the league, he's clearly the best player to ever play basketball.
But put Will-
And he
his
still
first 10
dominated
years.
Kareem, yeah.
His first 10 years. So we talking about from 62 to 72 is nothing like Will Chamberlain.
And who was in that league?
But though,
What
it
you
don't,
mean? Who was in that league?
it don't matter though.
No, it does.
It does. No, it doesn't matter.
Craig,
Was there a
Craig.
Kobe in that
It doesn't
Like
matter.
you play.
Yeah, there's Bill Russell.
Iverson in that league?
There's Bill
Because
Russell.
we all grew up playing ball. Like you know what it was like playing when you went to stiffer competition.
It don't
You know what
matter.
I'm saying? Like that. If you playing, like they were playing against like plumbers and shit back then.
But wait, let me
Hey,
ask you a question. Can I ask you?
Can
I ask y'all a basketball question?
Let me get this one real quick, Craig. This is the thing. You keep marginalizing. I'm leaving you guys names. He played. Rest in peace, Bill Russell.
Thank you.
He played against Bill Russell.
Thank you.
You got to realize he was old and still dominating a young Kareem. He was losing. Bill Russell had 7 Hall of Famers on the team to his 1.
I got a basketball question,
to his
man.
1. And then so he was playing against what? Go look up.
Will
look up
was
the
more
players' names.
dominant than anybody that ever played ball. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Against the
Exactly.
stiffest
So if
competition.
if he's clearly better than everybody, his stat line would be better than what Shaq's would have been if Shaq played in that era.
Bill Russell.
The nigga averaged 50 and 30, bro. Shaq has never averaged more than 12 rebounds a game.
Shaq lost the
y'all-
finals to
y'all-
6'8" Ben
So
Wallace.
you guys feel Will would average 50 and 30 in the era Shaq played in?
No, that's not the
No,
situation.
No, it's not the point. He makes.
Let me ask you this.
That actually makes sense.
Say that because Wilt's game would have been different.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You act like
Exactly.
you're going to take a 1950s Wilt Chamberlain and
Right.
put him in 19... No, he's going to be playing how the game is played today.
Let me give you
all them white women
let me
ask
you a question. Here's the reason why I wouldn't. Because you got to realize, after Will did that, they changed the rules. If you're dealing with Wilt's era where the key was where it was, yes, he would do it then too.
So-
you can't do it now because they widened the paint because he was so dominant.
So let me ask you this. Did the game get better in the future, or is it the same as it was back then?
But you can't.
But that's all different though,
Which means
man.
the skills got better, the players got bigger, the
Right.
players
But
got
Shaq
They
wouldn't have
didn't
been...
get
Shaq
They didn't
would've-
get bigger.
They got more athletic, which means there's more competition than it was back
No,
then.
it doesn't. They
More
just
competition,
adjusted.
but let
They
me
just
ask you this.
adjusted.
Let me ask y'all a
So
basketball
he's
question.
playing against better players.
Let me just ask a basketball question right quick.
bro.
All of y'all
He's
that
not? You don't agree
No.
with
all of
that?
y'all that play
No.
basketball,
No.
Nigga, it's everything evolved. You can't.
Right, it
You
gets
can't.
better.
No, but you can't freeze Wilt Chamberlain
Right.
in 1950
So, right.
and
Right.
say you gonna
But
take.
what I'm saying
Hold on, you can't take Shaq from 1999 and say he gonna play the same way in 1950.
Right.
He wouldn't have been playing like that.
Right.
Wasn't no supplements around for him to be on creatine
Right.
and HGH like he
Right.
was.
Right.
Shaq wouldn't have been no 330. He would have
Right.
been 260,
And been-
250.
been using the
playing
colored
like
bathroom.
motherfucking. I don't know. He wouldn't have been
Playing
playing
in
like Wilt.
Converse.
Nigga, Wilt
Yeah.
was first team all Big 12 in the high jump. He ran the 200
Yes.
meters.
Right.
He was
Shaq's not
first
doing
team. The nigga was dominant in every
The greatest
way.
lacrosse player of all time.
We
It called the bus
we
between
moving the
games.
goalposts, though.
there's no
No,
goalposts
we're
in
not.
track,
Listen to what
bro.
I'm saying. You're saying let's take away all of Shaq's attributes. And put him in,
No, we're not.
You are.
No, we're not.
He would have been He wouldn't be 330. He would be this.
No, we're saying that. We're saying.
By doing that.
But his attributes are based on the times.
Because he learned from them and got more evolved. He
No.
got better.
Hey,
If you start going to school in the second grade and I graduate, nigga, I know more
But
shit than
Shaq
you do
did-
because
Snap.
you see what I'm saying?
Shaq won one finals against Todd McCullough, nigga. Todd McCullough was playing for the Sixers, and that was Shaq's competition in the finals. It ain't nobody. Todd McCullough worse than all them niggas that Will played against.
Shaq had
Who was on Tom
way
McCullough's
more
team?
than Tom McCullough though.
Who was on Tom McCullough's team?
Nobody knows. It's
Allen
like
Iverson was
Dikembe
on that
Mutombo
team.
was on that squad.
Dikembe
What you mean? You said
No,
Tom
but
George
that-
Lynch was on that
So
team.
who was on the team when he scored 100?
George Lynch, baby.
What does that have?
That dude.
No, that
Nigga,
doesn't make sense,
Nigga,
though.
'cause you ain't
No,
looked
it
it
doesn't.
up.
It doesn't
No.
make sense.
What you
Well,
mean?
look,
Let me ask my
No,
question.
but look,
Hold on, you don't know who like
I'll
this.
tell you
I do. No, I do. But like Snap, the only reason it's relevant to you because that's your era. You know all those players. You watched all of them play. Just because you don't know the players back when Will was playing doesn't mean they weren't talented. Doesn't mean they didn't have fans.
So
They
you
were,
think people back
The
in the day
Celtics had
watching
JoJo
today
White,
talking
bro.
about it was better back then?
JoJo
No, we don't
White.
got no time machine.
bro.
I mean,
Okay,
the
nigga.
Celtics
Okay.
had
Who's a better boxer than Muhammad Ali right now? Nobody.
Nobody.
It's not about the era you play in. It's about the dominance in that
Who did
era.
Muhammad Ali fight?
What do
a
you
lot of great
mean?
fighters.
Exactly.
Nigga, what do
We
you
know
mean?
who Muhammad Ali
He
is.
just named
Nobody Shaq played against is better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
None better than
Not
Bill
one
Russell.
nigga Shaq played against is better than
I feel
Kareem.
like
Not one is better than Bill Russell.
boxing flipped though. I feel like that's the opposite. It was
Man,
better-
but
it was better-
basketball, bro.
Oh, you want to change the rules
None of them
now?
niggas-
He
Okay.
played against Hakeem.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You gonna
He
change the rules
He
now?
changed it up.
Was it
He's
better?
right up there.
He's a formidable
It was
opponent.
better.
Nah.
You just arguing.
better?
No,
Let me.
What you mean?
Change the argument.
The Celtics had 6 Hall of
He gave
Famers.
examples of who
One
he
at a
played
time.
against.
He played against Oscar Robertson.
Thank you.
He played against JoJo White.
Legends.
He played against all these Hall of Famers that the Celtics had. They had 7 on one
That's what
team.
I'm saying. So in boxing, Muhammad Ali had a bunch of niggas to fight through.
Bro,
And so did
you're
Will.
not acknowledging.
Who does Wilder fight?
Bro, you're not
He got
giving.
two
You're
niggas.
missing.
Bro,
We're talking about Will.
Hold on,
We
one
don't-
at a time. Nigga, can't
talking
12
about Will.
niggas host the motherfucking show. Let the nigga talk, blood. One second.
So here's what I'm saying. Back then, Muhammad Ali had better heavyweight fighters to go through.
Why? Because you think that?
Deontay Wilder has Tyson Fury and who
I
else?
thought we was talking about Will.
Listen.
We'll go now.
The competition, he only has 2 niggas. Now we're looking at Shaq, who has the competition again
Hold on.
is way better.
It's not at center position.
Hold on.
I'm not talking
But
center.
hold on. Nobody Muhammad Ali fought can beat Tyson Fury except Ali.
I agree with
Nobody
that.
Muhammad
I agree
Ali
with that.
fought. Nigga, I'm talking none of them niggas.
George Foreman was
Hagler,
trouble.
not Hagler. Foreman, no, too stiff.
But name another nigga other than Fury.
But what I'm saying is,
there ain't no competition.
Here's
bro.
What you mean?
Man, it's not the competition,
Nigga,
bro.
Deontay Wilder
not
would
the
have beat
competition.
everybody Ali beat.
Deontay
He would
Wilder
have beat
did it all.
everybody Ali beat.
But he didn't beat Tyson.
But what I'm saying is, because
Tyson
Tyson
Fury's
Fury,
an all-time
nigga, there's
great.
nobody in the 60s and 70s that's beaten Tyson Fury.
Outside of
The
Muhammad
white
Ali.
boy is an anomaly. He's 6'10". He moved like a little nigga. He's hard to hit. None of them niggas would have beat him. Not one of them niggas would have beat him.
And same with the 80s. Most of the 80s niggas got watched by Tyson Fury.
And that's my point about
somebody
Shaq.
would've beat
He's
that
an
dude.
anomaly. 330.
Yeah,
7'3",
okay, but
one.
Shaq don't know how to score 100 points, bro.
If
He
you
doesn't
don't
know
know-
how to score 100
Nigga,
points.
stop him.
He don't know how to do
Hold
it.
on. Will Chamberlain is bigger than Shaq.
Faster.
Yes, he's bigger. He's taller than Shaq. I can show you
He's
that.
not bigger though.
Nigga, he was 319 in an era where there was really no supplements. He was just a natural monster.
And fast, and he was a high jump champ.
Nigga,
bigger than Shaq, though.
he's bigger than Shaq.
330.
Nigga, I could bring up a story right now of Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about how Wilt got up under 400 pounds and did it 10 times.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
it's
Shaq
He's a better
was strong.
athlete. Shaq ain't doing it. Shaq just big.
He's bigger than Wilt, right?
No, he's not. He's not
He's
stronger
not.
than
He's
Will.
stronger than Wilt.
Shaq putting up 400.
Wait, what?
Shaq ain't benching like that.
Shaq ain't stronger than Will.
Shaq is just heavy set.
You don't think Shaq is?
Just dominating.
Don't call it nigga heavy set.
Yeah. Hey, that made me got changed.
Heavy set.
I don't
Heavy
know.
set. Okay,
I
yeah.
never seen him in
Otto,
his draws. I need to see him in draws.
That's out of bounds, man.
Whoa.
Let it go.
I need to see him in the Speedo.
Oscar De La Hoya whooped Shaq.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it with my own eyes.
a different sport.
That little
so
bullshit
this-
ass
That was
fight.
called with Tyron Woodley.
So Shaq and Wilt, huh? We got to.
Exactly.
Same shit.
But Will Chamberlain scored 100 points. Like, how many people do you know have scored 100 points? All you basketball niggas up here have never scored 100 points,
Never.
right?
Not
It's
even on
hard.
the
It's hard
court.
to do in the allotted time in an NBA game. So he's done that. Nobody else has done that. You can't say if somebody did this or if they did that. This nigga scored 100 points and nobody else has done that.
And they was catching Greyhound buses between games.
Didn't they take
And the racism.
Didn't they take
They was on the Greyhound.
Probably couldn't even play in Tennessee. Like,
You don't think they're doing that to keep the record? Kobe had 81. They pulled him out early. Why
He
didn't
He
they
didn't get to 100 though.
Kobe
They-
missed a
because
lot
they
of
didn't
shots in
live
the
in the
third
game.
He
quarter.
could have,
Kobe
maybe.
going for it.
We
Kobe
don't
had
know.
him in the game.
Kobe had 60.
He
in
missed
the
a lot of
tournament.
shots in the
Hey,
third
hold
quarter.
We don't know.
Let me just tell you something,
We
bro.
don't know.
Will Chamberlain's career average is 30 and 22. It's no argument. His career average is 30 points, 22 rebounds.
Right.
That's his career average.
Right.
man.
And he chose to stop scoring. Remember they say you scored too much, so get an assist? So the next year he averaged 25 assists a game?
In his 10th and 11th year, he only averaged 13 and 14 points, but he still averaged 18 rebounds and 19 rebounds.
Injuries.
This nigga,
Don't you think he stopped at 100 when he scored 100? He sat down.
My point is,
Right.
who was he playing
The New
against?
York
How much
Knicks.
time was left in that game?
They're better against the New York Knicks.
Is it better competition than Shaq?
Nigga, who is better than Kareem? Who is better than Wes
Shaq-
Unseld?
Shaq-
No, he's talking about that one game.
Yeah, I'm that one game, bro.
But he
That's what I'm
averaged
saying.
50
But
and
he scored
30 for the
100.
But he
season.
dropped 70 like
right.
4
I'm not talking
times
about
that
his
season.
great
Y'all are
Lord.
changing because
I'm not
the
talking
whole
about
thing
the
started
greatness.
from that one game.
one
He
game.
said that one game.
That
I'm
one
not
game.
talking about
But that's
greatness.
not the highlight. 50 and 30 is the highlight.
No, that one game is a highlight.
changing.
I'm not
We
debating.
can agree on
Because
that.
that's a closed-ended argument. It doesn't matter. Shaq has never scored 100.
That's right.
So
That's
he
exactly.
can't even be in the conversation because he's never done it. He didn't do it in junior high when he was
Right.
a foot taller than everybody.
Right.
He didn't do it in high school.
Right.
He didn't do it in college.
Right.
He didn't do it in the league.
He
So
didn't
it's
do
no
it
argument.
with
Shaq had-
And all that shit is for
He
Will.
just said that
No, Shaq was
played
getting
with-
swept
they
while
put
when
a
it
zone
was
in
no
Shaq.
zone. But when it was no zone, Shaq was getting swept out of the playoffs.
But Shaq
Okay.
played with no zone, so they didn't
Hold
play
on,
with
hold
that.
on, Snap.
Because Will was retired.
We back. Hold on.
we back.
Hold on. Bro, hold on. Okay, what's up, man? Y'all can hear us, right?
Calm your ass down, nigga.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see, man.
Jesus.
Look how big this nigga is, bro. This nigga. No, homie. Look how big this nigga
Screen
is,
already in
dog.
your face. You had to choose to open your
tripping,
eyes or
bro.
not. Like,
That's Wilt.
yeah, I wish you trusted it.
Hold on. That's Wilt at 50.
trust
Look how
test right
big
there.
this nigga is, dog. He's clearly a.
The Philadelphia picture versus the Laker picture.
What do you mean?
does that mean?
What do you
Who's the bigger
mean?
nigga?
What do
said
you mean?
Wilt was
This is
bigger.
Wilt at 20. This is Shaq at 30.
Snap gonna build a time
Hold
machine
on.
and get in with Shaq.
Snaps. Patrick Ewing would not be a starter in this era. Alonzo Mourning would be a power forward in this era.
He'd be
Yeah,
powerful.
today for sure.
Right.
Zoe,
Who
yeah.
else? Who else? Nigga, you forget, nigga, in Shaq's era, Larry Johnson was on the block. That nigga's 6'4". That nigga's 6'4".
Right, John?
No, he is. Larry Johnson and Charles Barkley, them niggas 6'4".
6'6".
Zoe will be a
They
center
the
right
same
now.
size.
Hey, Craig, you also got to remember back in the
No,
90s,
he had to play power.
it was a whole lot of stiff centers out there. You had the Vlade couldn't move.
Right.
Vlade couldn't move. You had them Adam Keefe. You had a whole bunch of seven footers out there that could not move their feet laterally back then.
Well-
Shaq played against a whole bunch of stiffs too.
Well, let's introduce Janae, because I know she like, nigga, I don't talk about
Look, I'm not usually this quiet, but I have no idea.
She like that,
I'm
man.
over here like, I feel like I'm in a barber shop or something like this.
Yeah, we
this
got
is-
into this weird ass
this-
argument.
You know, I'm glad you guys are passionate about this. This is beautiful to witness.
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
Yeah. Tell everybody who you are.
Well, my name is Johnny Thompson. I am a stand-up comedian. I'm a vocalist, actress, model, writer. I'm a black woman, so I do a lot of things, you know.
Amen.
You know. But yeah, I'm honored to be here on Kraig Facts.
Yeah. She's
Glad to
multi-talented.
have
She
you.
can sing, act, all that good stuff.
And
Yeah.
she's black.
I'm black. Yeah, I just got my 23andMe, and I'm excited, guys. I'm black.
The first road stand-up comedy show I ever did on the road, it was me, her, and Jade.
Yes.
2009 or 10. We all packed up in Jade's little Ford Explorer. He used to keep that motherfucker dirty, too. I mean, that nigga didn't believe in washing cars back in the day. We went to San Diego and had a well of a time. I'd never forget that. That was my first. I had 2 jokes. I probably did like 3-4 minutes and got off stage. Talk about how your career like has evolved since then, because we was just young comedians, wet behind the ears. You know, like, has comedy met your expectations? Are you disappointed in comedy, or how's your experience been different than what you thought it would be when you got into stand-up?
You know, to be honest, it's a love-hate relationship. There's definitely seasons in this industry that I'm just scared shitless, where, you know, maybe I don't have as many bookings, AKA paid bookings, because it's a difference. You know, you could do a lot of shows, but then paid bookings, although we do it for the love, we still got bills. So in those moments, because I do it full time, so that's what makes it a little different. I don't have like a 9 to 5 too, so that shit really do be, you be feeling it when the phone is ringing and the chinging is chinging.
No safety net.
Right. But I love it. It's something that I'm coming up on 14 years in August. So I love it. I've had some opportunities to do things, go on the road, see places.
Remember your first joke you ever did on stage?
My first joke. Oh my gosh, what was my first joke? Okay, I have like 2 first times. I know that sounds weird. It's kind of like if you ever lost your virginity and it was whack, so that shit didn't count. So you get
Women
another
stay
time.
doing this.
So I had 2 first times.
Decision.
I'm not saying that was my story, but if it was, so I would have hella had a different first time. You know what I'm saying?
That was the best thing ever.
You don't remember?
I wanted to do it again.
I can.
Yeah,
I can. I don't know if you can, but I can.
I wanted to do it again.
Yeah.
I can. Definitely. I definitely can.
Been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
Cherry gone.
But the first, I would say, like, just the first band when I did like a comedy contest, that was I did 2 jokes, and the first one I really remember was the differences between growing up in a black church and going to a white church.
What's the difference?
The music, you know what I mean? So, definitely, and the time, you know, if a Lutheran service is literally that it's gonna be out in 30 minutes.
You know,
that's
and
the word, the praise and
cups.
worship, communion. I don't even think you got to pay tithes and offering at white churches. Like I think it's just free. Like you know what I mean?
How you know you at a black church is if his teenage daughter is pregnant.
Yes. Well, listen. You know I'm the pastor's daughter, so
Wow.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If the pastor's daughter ain't fucking
That's
and
crazy.
being promiscuous, that ain't no black church.
Wow.
That's cold.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying? Is it like that in Nigerian church?
That's a Kraig fact.
Oh man.
That's
At all my
So you
churches,
preach his daughter, right?
at all the,
yeah, I'm the pastor's daughter.
every church I ever been to, the pastor's kids was having babies early because they got the money, so they doing all the fucking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what it is? I'm starting to learn because I've always wondered, like, what is it like? Because everybody says, like, you know, church girls is freaks. And, you know, I'm saying it like it's not true. But I really was thinking, like, where does it come from? And I think it's two things. I think it's partially there is some times where there's repression, where basically like you holding on to that, you know what I mean? And you know, like when you make wine or pickles, anything that has a like aging process, that shit is gonna be fired once you finally, you know, open the bottle. You open it, is the jar is open. So I think that, and I really think praise and worship from what I have heard in church, worship actually really, like back in the day, that meant to have
Dries your
sex.
pussy
That was
up.
relations.
So
Worship
dries
you know
your
what I'm
pussy
saying? Like, and even think about it, like if you really go to a black church, like you know what I mean? The women be moaning and like, you know what I mean? Like some of it be sounding a little like close to like
they about to come.
it be sounding like, you know what I mean?
That bitch gonna be on that, so God made me come. I didn't cheat.
It be unorthodox, you know what I'm saying? You be like, she sound like she coming, but you know what I mean? I feel inappropriate because of her sounds.
So much
Thank you. You know what I mean?
I mean, sex is mental for women, so a lot of preachers definitely have women's minds.
That's a thing too.
Oh, most definitely.
That's a thing too.
Yeah.
They tap into their spirit. And sex is connected to the spirit, so.
Period. That's sacred.
You can tap in and manipulate.
I'll always saying some other shit.
Yeah, some other shit, you know what I'm
Whatever he's
saying?
saying. ain't
Yeah,
really-
because my spirit is a little sexual and
Sounds
Tap
ambiguous.
in.
tap into it. You know what I
And they
mean?
got that.
Yeah, so my spirit get on you. Just wipe that on off.
Yeah, Otto got them tap in gloves on. Right tap in.
Them is spirit catcher. I got my spirit catcher on.
I'm gonna pray for you.
He flirt with the spirit.
You guys want to on low frequency? That's fine. It's okay.
I ball the spirit up in his glove and toss it. You know what I'm saying? Spirit ain't gonna,
Don't be tossing.
yeah. Spirit ain't gonna get messy on me.
He's done about this way.
Yeah, you got to share that.
I spiritually pull out.
Yeah, I spiritually pull.
Some niggas leave it in, I spiritually pull out.
I'll suspend myself from this human experience. You understand me?
Ain't gonna be no baby.
Yeah,
Ain't gonna be no baby. I'm spiritually pulled.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It ain't me. I know that.
So you grew up a pastor's kid.
I sure did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you the only?
What y'all saying over there?
Yeah,
I'm getting tired over here.
Were you the only child?
No, I actually grew up with three other siblings.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I'm the youngest. I'm actually the baby.
okay. So be honest.
out there.
Nation.
What do you be honest? What, being a preacher's kid growing up in a pastor's house, what do you think is the biggest manipulation that happens to people in church?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think the biggest manipulation, and this, you know, I've been to a lot of churches, so not just the church I grew up in, but kind of like this. like there's things that are not even in the Bible that people that preachers would say like you're like it don't say that.
Just say Dan.
It don't like you gotta
Bible.
really read your word. Like does the Bible say you can't masturbate? Does it say that or not? You know what I mean? You gotta read your Bible like for you, and then also know how to interpret.
Right.
And I'm not talking about like mixed messages, but know how to interpret. Like it was a whole nother time period, so there was different rules set for that time, even everything down to like dietary things. Like it made sense why you couldn't eat, you know what I mean, pork. Like they didn't have refrigeration, they didn't have, you know what I mean, like even still to this day I'll be kind of sketchy with pork, but like there are things in it like that would literally probably kill you.
You ever hung out with pork behind you?
Huh?
Pork on your neck.
Wow. We can't say out,
but I hang out with it. I got
a
friend that's
from
pork.
Garfield.
My best friend is pork.
I think to long story short, that is that like kind of this idea that you can't for yourself read the Bible and
have a personal relationship with God.
Yeah, like
tap in.
Yeah. that's I think that's what it is.
Everything he says
because
sexual.
You can control people with how you say something,
in,
even down to a tone.
God,
you know what I mean? Even down to a punctuation or a comma. So like it's certain, even have always questioned like even like certain churches have a covenant and it's like the pastor says one thing and the congregation says it's the thing. And I'm like, why we got to be the ones that say I can't drink, have sex? Like, I want the pastor to say it too. Like, like certain things where it's just like, that you can't have that walk for yourself. I think that's the biggest thing. And when people kind of walk away from, I'll just speak on church and experience, just a lot of people who I know, even myself have been one going back and kind of even just doing it on my own. I do what I do with it, but that's been a lot of their experiences is that like they just couldn't be themselves in this and be a believer.
Right. You know what'll get you kicked out of church is competing with the pastor for them bitches. That'll get you outside.
That'll get you.
They're not happy to you. Somebody pull you to the
That
side.
might get you crucified.
Right. Brother Kraig, I'd like to speak to you for a second.
Well, the deacons want to talk to you right quick.
This activator you using here.
Speaking of inappropriate sexual situations, mystical.
Oh.
Danger.
You're definitely in danger if you're around mystical.
Cool.
But
go ahead, though.
I read an article on it, and apparently it's a possibility that he may be on crystal.
Yeah.
Right.
That's still not an excuse. That's not an excuse for this behavior.
That's what we
Does he have crystal's consent?
Yeah.
So I guess apparently this last case he caught, there was a young lady who was at the crib, and he accused her of stealing some money.
Okay.
And he made her look for this money for hours.
Butt
It
naked?
was like $100.
He doing that bad?
Hours.
She had to be on crystal.
And when she couldn't come up with the money, he apparently, he forced himself on her and then took her phone and cash apped himself $100.
Wait.
Over 100?
I mean,
Wait.
and down south they got this thing where they call it country pay. You know what I'm saying? No. So
no, we don't know what you said.
my grandfather told me that was cool, man. If she,
Whoa.
No.
You can't stop there.
Not cool.
Stop there, like he said something.
My grandpa used to fix on people's cars, and some of the women didn't always have money, so he said he accept that country pay.
This ain't that though.
Oh, okay.
That's a choice. We talking about.
The country
We
pay
talking
and
about.
he took the money.
That's robbery.
He cashed out himself.
It's only wrong if he charged her pussy after he fixed the car. If you charge her pussy, you say, look, the price for your brakes is pussy. And she chooses to get her brakes done.
Pay the pussy.
Right?
You gotta pay the pussy.
But
Is that where it's saying?
Right.
beat
But
the
if he
brakes off
say,
the pussy comes
I'll
from?
fix your brakes, and then when she want her car back, he say, well, bitch, pussy.
Yeah, that's
Give him $300. No,
is that a good assessment?
Pussy.
I think that it has to be an upfront conversation. Like it just on. I'm gonna just be real about myself. It's been times just where like honestly,
Are you offering it up?
yeah, just because like a nice favor, like oh you changing my oil, like you deserve some head. Like just like, but it's a choice.
Oil
Out there, right? Out there, nation.
$19.99.
See?
I'm gonna be there 3 times a week.
That's what we talking about.
It's always a choice. It's a choice. I'm not saying,
How much a dinner is?
Get the toolbox.
It's about the
What
heart.
car you driving
like, you know
outside?
what I'm saying? It's like it's about the vibe. It's about the heart. It's like you know what I mean. It's
That's a good trade-off.
For a tune-up. Those are rebuilt
That's what it's about.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the thought that counts.
You know.
Otto, he's
Y'all
scoot-
never
he-
like felt
Otto
like-
started scooting closer to her.
You never felt like a lady deserved something nice because she did something nice?
Yes.
So it's the same. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a gift, too. Like, you know, like, you ain't always got to spend money. You can, like, show your appreciation in other ways.
You talking about, but you're talking about sexually.
It's up to you. Whatever's
said
important to
head.
you, whatever
She
you
said
value.
She said head. What do you mean? Just no
Yes,
sexual
ahead.
head.
Let's take it ahead.
Yeah, so okay, so
Those ready to take you to court. You said head. Your Honor,
do
let
nothing
the
nice
record
for me to
reflect.
get that.
Oh, damn. That's
You know
sad
what
for
would
you.
change this mystical situation if there was a government mandated price on pussy? Follow me.
I don't think it would, because
So-
there is prostitution.
But look,
it's
so
not government mandated.
if it was
but-
like how you got minimum wage, federal minimum wage, state minimum wage, if there was a government mandate that said a sex session is $1,000, right? This means that if it's expensive, but I mean you paying more than that, don't even realize it. So this woman, he thought, stole $100. So that means
She could have said, take that at the price of pussy.
you feel what I'm saying?
And,
So he took
and
he took $100 worth?
Huh?
That's what I'm saying.
no, he crying about a little old funky. He crying about a funky ass $100 when she walking around with that 1,000 in her drawer. So she could tell him knock it off. We ain't finna argue over no $100, nigga. This is,
Because there's other questions that you develop as a man. First of all, what are you doing at his house? That's a question that I always, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing at the man's house? So you
Three
telling me you just end up at his house,
Right.
owing him money, and then he raped you for $100?
right.
It just don't. You understand what I'm saying?
What about
Did the
that?
Cash
I mean, I'll just be honest. Just from his history, I wouldn't hang out with him. But
Right.
like, I don't think that's grounds for raping somebody.
Definitely not.
Like,
Well,
Yeah,
I agree. There's
$100.
never a
you
ground
should always
for
be able
raping
to
nobody.
go
Right.
somewhere
We'll
and
just
be
say that.
safe as a woman. Like, it's not like.
Could she be the predator in this situation?
I think
I don't know. I think it's just messed up that he still cashed out
Would
himself.
you-
After.
That's
Like,
the-
how do
that's
you
the
rape
part, the
somebody
cash
that
app is
cash
crazy.
out yourself?
Would
for
you
$100?
go to a known rapist's house if he invited you?
I wouldn't.
Okay, everybody knows he's been accused of this before.
Right.
When somebody is hustling and trying to play the system, it's completely possible that she was thinking, hey, this
Hopefully-
nigga, he
hopefully-
got a track record, so motherfuckers is gonna believe me.
I can
So
eat.
let me go try to get this last little 2,000 he got in his account. Maybe she was a teller at the bank he banked at and seen, hey, this nigga on his last leg.
I believe her. I believe her.
I'm not saying I don't
Yes.
believe her. I'm not saying I don't believe her, but any logical woman is not gonna go to the house of a known rapist.
I agree.
He said he wasn't that no more.
Would any of your sisters have went to Mystical's house?
Fuck no.
Okay. Would you have went to Mystical's house?
I already said no, and I used
Okay,
to have
so
a big
what-
crush on him.
What is she doing at Mystical's house?
Trying to get those
Yes.
last 2,200.
You said he was doing meth, so maybe they were drug buddies.
they
But
smoke
that's
weed?
still not like.
The Cash App.
but
The
look,
Cash App is
No
crazy.
matter the reason.
Some women like are
it's
like
there.
really in love with these motherfuckers regardless. Like well, motherfuckers still love R. Kelly.
Still.
Knowing the whole goddamn well, like
Still.
he'll fuck you and your daughter,
Right.
who's 5.
Whoa, whoa,
ain't never seen
whoa,
that.
whoa.
We don't know. We don't know.
I'm
We
not
don't
gonna
know.
lie. He nasty. That nigga nasty.
We don't
That nigga
know.
nasty. And they don't give a shit.
That's
So
so
if they
So
like
what do he like?
We don't know.
So what do he like? 12?
What do we like? Oh, 12. Big dick.
That's what I'm saying. So what do
Right,
he like?
12
What do you
ain't that
say?
much
What do you like?
different.
Big dick.
12, 13? Is that where he starts to start
He did
flirting?
do like- He did do something like that.
I don't say.
Very
He fucked teenagers.
Okay, all right.
But y'all
He
don't think
fucked teenagers whose parents sold them to him.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
Nah.
We got to
Fucking
fix the whole issue. We
fucking a
gonna
minor
fix
is a
it.
minor.
Huh?
Fucking the minors.
Yeah, I said, and we also got to deal with the parents who sold them.
Yeah, definitely.
We got to talk about it all.
Fine, yes, but
we're not gonna act like it was
but
something
he's
back
not
in the
innocent
day.
at all.
This is
I
just don't understand people.
They don't make him any less guilty.
He bought them.
I just don't
We
understand.
got to talk about parents who do this.
No, but if they sold them, he bought them. Like you're bad for buying. Like people sell heroin. I'm not buying heroin.
But what about I mean, I
Just
don't,
because it's for sale, you
I
don't
don't
buy
care.
it.
I don't care about R. Kelly. I don't care about the parents. I care about the kids.
He sold
Hey,
them
you-
on dreams. He never
just
Children
like-
being sold
wasn't
about their
purchasing.
parents.
Just like
It's Hollywood every day.
Just like you could charge a minor as an adult in court for murder, there are equally some minors that are already sex criminals that already know the manipulation game, I'm gonna say I did something to you game. If you ever been to Los Padrinos, to Central, you've been to Juvenile Hall, and you made it through, you know it's some motherfuckers under 18 that ain't kids.
And the label kid doesn't make you innocent.
So period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? And then I said that to say there's a level of manipulation that exists in society that we can't ignore because of somebody's age.
Right.
If somebody is full of shit generally at 10, they're gonna be full of shit at 25.
Yeah.
That's just the way the cookie crumble. The Bloods and Crips was started by 12, 13-year-olds. There are still grown-ass men that swear their lives by this bullshit.
Right now.
Right now to this day.
12-year-olds.
So, I mean, bullshit still exists in society. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, man, because on the flip side to that whole mystical thing, right? I'm sure he knew that she could be coming to hustling. You feel what I'm saying?
If he's on crystal, would he be conscious that way?
No, if he's on the drugs, so I was gonna ask you.
He didn't have.
If you at that level of celebrity or whatever, how could you tell? What are some signs you could see if somebody coming after you for the money, or if they really, you know what I mean?
Right.
If they really genuine or not. What is there anything you could look for, or is just,
not nothing in no motherfucking microwave.
Yeah.
I mean, religion, and like religion is supposed to be that. Religion is supposed to be a binding commonality and train of thought that if somebody practices what you practice, you already know what type of person they are. You know what I'm saying? That's one form of the microwave, but that's even bullshit because that's not. You don't work across the. You just have. Time is the only thing that's gonna give you what you want.
That's it.
Anything you trying to rush, you're gonna end up being manipulated, or you are probably the manipulator.
He got to go into this just thinking that everybody gonna, everybody out to get you anyway.
Well, Mystical came in with his dick in his hand.
Yeah.
He told you.
Be
Let
cool.
you know.
Don't leave with a foot in your ass. Be cool.
But when somebody on, but that's the other thing too. So if somebody's a crystal meth head or a crackhead, it's like, to me, in my opinion, that should be a system failure.
Yeah.
If a nigga is on drugs that weren't made in this country, how the fuck did they get here? We need to be who's in charge of the border? The National Guard or somebody who it ain't.
So it worked.
Right.
What you mean it worked? It got to exactly where it's supposed to get to. It got to some black man to kill him.
But who's aiding and abetting?
What do you think?
Say names.
I don't know these niggas' names.
Is it Ryan Davis?
Corey Ryan beefing.
Hey, this shit gonna be funny.
And I don't want it to happen.
That segue is crazy.
Corey and Ryan is beefing.
I love you,
don't,
Ryan.
And I don't want it to happen. But one thing I will say to Ryan Davis, I got respect for you. I ain't got no issues with you. You can be an arrogant nigga from time to time. But that's just what you do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you're arrogant about certain things, you get certain results. So my advice to you, man, is just deal with the consequences, whatever they may be. Because this all started with your actions at the Improv. And it's led up to this situation where you got a good guy like Marcus in the middle of you and Corey. And I feel like it's on you and Corey to get that nigga out the way and do whatever y'all got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up and down.
But, for me, man, I want everybody to win in this situation. I don't take no sides on shit, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, your arrogance got you here, and you a talented nigga. Now you got to handle your business as a comic. Period, point blank. Let's see how funny you are. Because we all know, man, Corey one of the greatest to ever do comedy, bro. And you keep putting yourself in this comparison with this GOAT shit and always constantly talking about things that really don't matter as a comedian. You shaking the dice on this shit, and these are the consequences that come with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So handle your business and be a man about it, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And
shake him up, shake him up, shake
there
him
we
up,
go.
shake 'em.
But keep that shit between you and that nigga Corey. That's between y'all. I ain't got shit to do with it. Don't make no general statements or none of that shit. Stay focused on what you two niggas got going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And handle your business before your business handle you.
Can we say amen? Amen?
Amen.
God. This shit gonna be funny tonight.
Somebody said Ryan ain't not Ryan funny.
Ryan's funny. He's funny, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan funny, man. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to Reggie Carroll.
Yeah, that's a
Corey, different animal.
Yeah, it's a different kind of funny than Corey Holcomb funny. Man. So anyway, Mystical, man, if you on drugs, man, hopefully you get some help, man, because you're not a bad brother at heart, and it's a lot of niggas around you that should be reaching out to help you out. So hopefully they do, man, because you know.
I didn't know.
But if you did what you did,
you're going to jail.
For a long time.
Yeah, can't help you on that part.
A repeat?
Yeah.
Bro.
And then cash out yourself to $100 afterwards?
Yeah,
That's the part that's crazy.
Go ahead, big bro. You got a
We
question?
talked about this earlier. How many rape charges should you get to get life in prison? Should there be a limit for that?
We talking charges, or we talking
Like
about
conviction.
conviction?
Not charges, conviction.
One.
Whatever happens with rape has to happen with false rape.
False accusers, straight up.
Because I know of a few niggas whose lives were ruined, and a few niggas whose lives could have been ruined because of these false allegations.
Yeah.
I mean, convicted though, like no doubt about it. You know what I mean? Because I do know the other side of it too.
Okay, so we talking statutory, because I know a few niggas that was 19, had a girlfriend when they was juniors in high school. She was a freshman, stayed with the girl, graduated. Now she is senior. He 19, she's 17, and the parents filed sexual assault charges, and now this motherfucker's a statutory rapist because their daughter ended up pregnant.
You gotta carry
So
that
it's
jacket
like,
the rest of his life.
we can't just, that jacket, you just can't put that jacket on, you know what I mean?
That was a love relationship.
But if you a rapist, like a nigga that is
A predator.
forcing yourself
Right.
on somebody.
there is no
Chase
chances.
down and
If
all
this
that.
is
You
a
force
real
yourself?
thing, I feel like you should be dead.
Yeah, straight
You
up.
can't cure a motherfucker like that.
You know how I feel? I feel that that person should go to prison, and also, because most of the time when it comes to rape, it's people that you know. That's most the majority of rape. And most of the time from a family member. I think those family members that enable it, that don't say anything, because in my work, that's 70% of the rape and molestation I've dealt with in my work.
Is what?
A family member knew about it and knew who did it and didn't say nothing.
Right.
And so that's the reason why I always make sure I bring that part up, because the majority of people got raped by somebody who the parents knew who they were, whether that be a Catholic minister that in their church they went through, or a family member that they don't want to get deported or put in jail.
And ladies, let me talk to you just interpersonally. We can all comment on this. What you got to realize about a rapist type of niggas, they're very manipulative, right? And they use guile. So a lot of ladies will have men like us who give them the warning signals. Hey, that nigga, you might not want to be fucking with that nigga.
Yeah.
And you ignore niggas like us. And just disregard us because these rapey niggas are playing to your ego.
Rapey.
I'm telling you.
Hey, them rapey niggas is weak.
They playing to your ego. They trying to isolate you so they can control you and manipulate you, and you have to be accountable for your behavior when you're in those type of situations, because there will be men who love you that come to you and try to stop things, but you often kick us out or say we hating or stop answering our calls.
Or say you ugly. I don't want to talk to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
she apologized. I'm sure.
That was so specific.
I don't like, good luck, bitch.
Hey, I'm glad you got it
It's
up.
definitely about you, but
I thought she apologized to you for that, man.
Janae, how can women snap themselves? Is it possible to snap out of that trance? Because, you know, like I don't really know of a lot of women that were raped when I was growing up. I know it happened or whatever, but I know of a lot of women who were in situations that were as damaging as rape, abusive relationships, you know, narcissistic relationships, and they come to you for advice, and you give them what it is, and they just go back to the abuse. Like, how can a woman know if she's listening to the right person in a situation, specifically a male?
Well, that's just one type of, rapist, because there are some who are not, they don't use manipulation, they use just violence. And that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of
intimidation.
That's another force, but it's like I don't think like I know what you're saying is definitely a real thing, but it's rapists just suck. Like is I know there's been ones who've used like kind of similar to the R. Kelly effect, where getting into the mind of like someone who's at that age,
Right.
to where they don't quite know or can't tell the difference. Not to say that some young girls don't know, but that's how it happens a lot of times, even at school or like at a church. You have like an adult who's using their position and manipulate so that you don't really know the difference of like, oh, well, this is a why would an adult tell me something wrong?
Yeah.
And do something wrong to me.
Because look, the Bible talks about you can only serve one God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe that whoever wrote that verse, whatever it is, was specifically referring to just like religion. I think they were referring to, what guides you, your personal beliefs. So like, if you're a woman that dates men who are rich and they have to have money, then that's the God that you're serving. You're serving that dollar. You know what I'm saying? If you're a woman and you about being a vegan, and this is your life choice, and everything is vegan shit, I mean, you're a weird bitch, but
I was vegan for 3 years, Kraig. Don't come for the vegans, man.
But that's the God you're serving. You feel what I'm saying?
It did feel like church a lot of times, and like a religious.
Real spit. I mean, you start feeling the same shame you feel when you sin, when you eat a piece of meat.
Yeah.
So I'm a sinner. So if we ain't serving the same God, I'm not really entitled to help you. If you're a materialistic broad and you are about Gucci and Prada and weaves and Mercedes-Benzes and diamond necklaces, we don't serve the same God.
Yeah.
So even if I come to you like, hey, that nigga with the Porsche truck and the Gucci belt and all that other goofy shit, the Rolls Royce and all that shit,
Right.
that nigga probably gonna rape you.
Yeah.
You would look at me like, nigga, I don't go to the same church you go to.
Yeah.
you trying to Toyota.
And where's your Gucci belt?
So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense.
This example just came to mind. I was with a person before, and they went through like my DMs, and every now and again, not by choice, but I've had dick pics sent. And well, there have been a choice too. Let me own that. So this specific situation, it was a welcome dick pic kind of thing going on, and it wasn't while I was with this person. It was before them, but they went back old messages, and they were like, kind of like, that's a rapey nigga, and I'm like, no, like. We was going back and forth.
I
So
asked for this.
sometimes y'all don't always be right. He wasn't.
You said sometimes we don't be right?
Not always, but it is good. To be honest, like it is good to hear that, like that there are men thinking about women in that way of protection and safety. And
just because you welcome that weenie pic, that don't discount the fact that he's, because I still think that only weirdos will send pictures of their weenie.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm like not. It's consensual. Like if it's a consensual.
She would have said, Blaze, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going on this date, and I'll see you later.
See all the weirdos
What
in the
if
room.
she send you a dick pic? I don't consent to that. Bitch, where do you get this dick from, man?
So is it the same for when if a woman were to send a nude, is it the same energy like only weird women would send nudes?
No. Nothing weird about titties in the mail.
I was like, I guess ladies, let's stop sending these nudes.
Don't listen to them. Don't listen like that.
Wow.
Watch out.
Controversial.
It's okay for a woman to be weird because she can't beat me up. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
right,
saying? If a man is weird, you don't want him weird because he can beat you up.
Watch how different men and women are. Watch this. What's the number one sign to you that a man is a bitch ass nigga?
Ooh. A man who like puts a woman down, like it's or like hates on women, like it's just that's weird to me. Like, like
what's that bitch got on?
Like it's weird, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
I'm like
right.
or let me yeah, to me that's like a man who will try to like argue with women a lot, like just pop off at women. I'm like that shit always looks weird to me. Like why is this nigga so quick to argue with women?
Okay,
like,
that's actually a really good one. All right, we'll go Blaze. Blaze, what's the number one sign a nigga's a bitch ass nigga?
When he following his woman.
DeJuan, what's the number one sign a nigga's a bitch ass nigga?
When he always crying about what other men doing.
Damn. What about you, Snap?
When he don't stand on his word.
Ooh, that's another good one.
I don't know. What's that?
That's just a weak ass.
He's not
nigga.
transparent. You know what I mean? Again, similar to what Snap saying, I stand
That's a
on the
weak
word.
ass nigga.
What about you?
Oh man, shit. When a nigga try to bully, that's bitch ass nigga shit to me.
Nigga, I see this all the time. Nigga, let's say we out just some females and niggas trying to floss his money as opposed to I got this, I got that.
Trying to stunt.
Yeah.
That's a weak ass nigga.
That's bitch ass nigga, weak ass niggas.
Yeah, they cousins. Yeah.
Bitch is more feminine. You know what I'm saying? A bitch ass nigga got some feminine traits. A weak ass nigga is just a little weak.
Feminine in there too.
but to be honest, can I say this? As a woman, like sometimes for us, or let me speak for myself, but I know other women like this too. It is attractive to have like I know
a bitch ass nigga.
No, but I believe in divine masculinity and divine femininity, and I believe in that balance. Like there's certain things like nurture, like that is technically a feminine characteristic. I don't think that means you're a bitch ass nigga if you nurture your woman, your kid, like making sure they're good. Like for some of us, that shit's hot. Like, oh, you cook too? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's weird. Like if you're like afraid to kind of like have a basic life skills, like oh,
be the whole spirit, be the whole thing. Don't just be jaded one side because you want to be all man, or the female being extra feminine. You know what I mean? It's
a balance. It's the same thing when I see a woman or so who identifies as a woman when they're like super like. I get kind of like, ooh, shit, you one of the bros. Like sometimes where, you know, it's like it's an energy where it's there, but it works for some people. Like some people like Young and May, you know what I mean? She
like Butch Beauty
has her
cuddling
shit.
Sometimes too. They want to be held, comforted.
We'll leave that to you.
You like to be held and comforted?
No, I said
you
Butch
cuddle
Beauty.
Young and May.
With butches?
Oh, I thought you
cuddle Butch Beauty?
I cuddle it. Any female needs cuddling, okay?
Anything that needs cuddling.
I've had some of the most thug niggas be like
looking for cuddles.
really wanting to cuddle. So don't try to act like y'all not with the y'all not with the cuddles.
Cuddling. It's the butte that you cuddling with. That's
the brute part.
The first.
My studs, I'm not cuddling with nobody that can wear my jeans.
The first rule of cuddling, man,
People that
don't wear your jeans.
is it has to lead. I said the first rule.
We'll be sharing the same draw.
What?
The first rule of cuddling, man, is it has to lead to sex. Then it's okay.
After.
It has to. Blaze, what if she says no, Blaze?
Or after.
But you can
I
have
might not
sex.
be in the same
You
bed.
can have sex without having sexual intercourse and still.
What are you
What?
talking
What?
Yeah.
That's that
talking
spirit
about?
shit.
That's a spirit.
Spirit humping.
Yeah, that's that spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit humping.
And nigga,
getting
Holy
spirit
Ghost.
Wow.
It's Bobby
Five
Brown.
spirit kids.
and nigga done fucked several ghosts.
You might want to wash your sheets, baby. I left my spirit all over your cover.
He got spirit kids he don't take care of.
I don't fuck the spirit of Mary Magdalene, huh?
Yeah.
Her name wasn't me.
But anyway, so it sounds like you like a man to be in control. If he's not in control of his emotions, he's a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, I like a little emotional intelligence and.
But emotional
And,
intelligence
But she
and
said she
being in
wanna-
control of your emotions, is that the same thing?
She said she want
Emotional
to.
intelligence is how you learn how to control them.
Because I think
Like that's important.
It's the pathway.
I think a lot of women equate emotional intelligence with the ability to read how she feels.
Right.
And it's impossible to be 100% correct on how your woman feels because you could be deceptive with that.
If you are 100% correct, There's a problem there.
I think
Come on, my period.
your logic has to sustain through the emotional imbalance of a woman for her to respect you.
Right.
Well,
You feel what I'm saying? Go
What
ahead.
emotional intelligence is you been in touch with knowing where you are emotionally and being able to control it, knowing when to use your emotions and when to cut them off, because you have to use them. Anybody that act like they don't use them is just lying. But the intelligence part is knowing when to display the emotions, when to control them, and being in tune with yours. And when you're in tune with somebody, and if you're in tune with yourself, you can feel what they're going through just through how you feel it within yourself. That's the intelligence part of it. That's the whole part about it. That's how you get to the point to where you can control the emotions. You know what I mean? If somebody died, go ahead and cry. Don't act too tough. But at the same time, if somebody died and these bills need to get paid, you don't make your crying don't stop you from paying the bills and taking care of business. That's emotional intelligence.
I subscribe to that, but I think it's more important not to be able to identify like what she's feeling, but know when to ask her how she's feeling. You feel what I'm saying? We let a lot of women get off the hook because we allow them to think that emotional intelligence is you being all-knowing of everything that's going on with her on the inside. And it's fucking impossible to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
it's just knowing something's wrong. You know, you want to know what it is. You know something's wrong, so you don't ask. But we ain't know we can know what it is. Hell no. They got to tell you.
But it's a combination of both what Kraig and Dewan said. Like, if you know your emotions inside, then it's easier for you to recognize in other people. And if you can recognize in other people, you can feel other people, then you know how to address it. If you do it more.
You were doing all right at first.
no, I think that's a great assessment.
Address it and start feeling
It was just slow as a motherfucker. Well,
what you got for us, Ty?
Oh, man. Before we spoke about the conspiracy of the Will Smith slap, right? How it's all made up, and, I said that, and some people didn't really rock with that. Do you know that the Oscars is now getting nominated for an Emmy this year? Yeah. Getting nominated for an Emmy. I don't know about y'all, but if you hosted an event, or you threw an event and the host got slapped, you're not getting no Emmy. So something has to be up for them to even be nominated for an Emmy.
Oscars are nominated for an Emmy.
Yes.
I mean, it was the most watched.
But somebody got smacked. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was possible.
That sounds like.
At the end of the day, it is a television.
No, but someone got slapped and FCC by my motherfucking wife, my fucking that came out live on the air, and you still getting the Emmy
This sounds
award?
like it should win one of the 3 prizes on America's Funniest Home Videos, not an Emmy. You know what I'm saying?
Not an Emmy.
A viral clip that went wild, not an Emmy. Like this wasn't, unless it was like Ty said, and some. This is.
To me, that looks like the Emmy's just trying to circle jerk and trying to use the clout from the Oscars for the
Circle jerk.
Whoa.
That was a lot more straightforward than the other.
It's a circle jerk. That's what Hollywood is.
Circular jerk. Okay.
But we said that before. It's a room full of the best actors in the world.
Right.
The best cameramen in the world.
Right.
Will Packer put it together, right?
Yep.
Will Smith won the best actor of the.
All right.
It makes sense, bro.
Chris Rock didn't grab his face after he got slapped. I just don't believe that.
That's what I'm saying.
He took that slap.
Yeah.
Like
don't
that's the
think
first
that's
thing you
real?
can get. You
I
bump
think
your
it's
head.
real.
Everything you hit, you immediately grab it. He just
I think it's a real moment.
Let me see your Chris Rock impression again. That was really good.
I believe it's all entertainment. And, both of them are young. They're not old. So this is a big trick to to play against the whole world. I mean,
They young.
I mean they're not 70s. I mean
They
They
old
use it
enough
just
to
for men,
like-
brother.
I'm saying they're gonna be able to ride this out. Like they can put on the performance,
Right.
and then like 10 years later, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
They can
they got time for redemption.
Taking that cowboy hat too
You think they knew
far.
about the award coming out? You think they knew that there was an Emmy award coming out?
Yeah,
prior
they come
to
out
the
every
show?
year.
Either way, it should
That's the whole. That's the whole
I'm talking
goal.
about
when
the
you-
Oscars making the Oscar a part of it.
Yeah,
Oscars are-
every
they
year
try to
they
get
come out.
nominated.
You want to win an Emmy. If you put shows like that together and shit, the goal is to win Emmys and shit like that. That's what you do.
But has any viral or candid video ever won any award in the movie industry? This is all goofy, man.
It's not the
It's
viral.
for
The whole show. The whole show
thing.
was
Show, start to finish.
The show was
Yeah,
a
but
production.
the,
from
sh-
start to
the,
finish.
the show
Yeah, the
wasn't.
Oscars
When has the
are
show ever
production.
been that good? Like this,
The Oscars are our production. This was the best year.
This was the
is
most
best
watched
production
in how
they've
long?
ever
Of
put
course.
on.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the incident was fake.
I mean, it's a great show.
But it happened during a live production, which makes it eligible for an Emmy.
What
And
else
the
was so
Emmys,
good?
The Emmys.
So-
Think about what their ratings are gonna be.
What's
It's
different
gonna be the
between-
first time they're gonna be able to be on World News Tonight, saying this is the first time the Oscars have ever been nominated for an Emmy.
What's the difference between the Oscars and the Emmys, Dewan?
The Emmys is that TV shit. The Oscars is the movie shit.
Yeah.
So if this TV screen fall and smack tied in the head, we up for Oscars and Emmys and shit now, or what?
Oh, you gotta
This
be.
is a
you're not
SAG
getting no
certified
Emmy.
program.
Now
Yeah.
we're Oscar. This is not a motion picture film.
look
Yeah,
at it
but
this
this
way.
production is top notch. I'll have you know this.
Maybe for some radio, YouTube.
Go ahead, Snaps.
I was saying, but look at it this way. If it was put together, look at the cameos that came with the slap.
Right
You
on.
got Denzel, you got Bradley Cooper,
Right.
you got Diddy coming out
Questlove.
after him.
All the
You got-
leading men running out.
Look at
What
what
the
other
fuck did
TV
Questlove say?
It was his award.
He was gonna get the award, but they
were
couldn't do
yeah, it was his award.
I had no clue this whole time. What the
I
fuck
pretty.
award
I don't nobody want to hear from Questlove. I promise you that. If that nigga gave a speech, I'd turn the TV off.
Just go play the drums, brother.
You're a pocket drummer.
Just go play the drums. Just go play the drums.
Chris Davis is the greatest drummer of all time. Questlove is a pocket drummer, and we all know this. I don't want to hear shit you got to say with them Casio drum patterns. Nigga. No, I'm a big fan of Questlove, nigga. If Black Thought, you better not run up, nigga. You too small.
Casio did have a drum pad. That shit was hard. Though.
You wouldn't do no
If the
Questlove
Roots
shit.
jump me, would y'all help? Y'all let Questlove beat the dog
Nobody
shit?
get no, none of y'all get no fair fights around me.
What if
Quest-
I swung on Quest, he duck and knock me out? You jumping in?
Yeah, we still got to get you out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody got to get you off the floor.
Yeah, don't just leave
No
you
man
there.
left behind.
Quest ain't
No,
taking you out with
Craig's
his fist. He taking you out with his hips.
With his hips. Do what with his hips?
Quest is thick.
What is it? His
I don't
hips
know.
gonna do what?
Do y'all think we can whoop the Roots? Do y'all think we can whoop the Roots?
Yeah, we
I'm getting the
knocked
vibe.
him
I'm
out.
getting the vibe.
What about Rockefeller?
All of them?
They
Yeah.
ain't even together no more.
I'll knock Benny Siegel out.
Yeah, but
I'll
We
fold
talking
Benny
about
Siegel.
now? 50 Cent? Yeah.
I'm talking about rocking they prime. You think we can whoop the Rock? So we got Jay-Z, Benny Siegel,
Dame Dash.
They was deep.
Dave Dash.
They was what?
Who else? Look at that nigga black. You think I can whoop Tyson? You think I can whoop about Rock?
Y'all really think
Right.
that?
Chris Andy, right?
The
Chris
Roots is so
Andy.
easy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
answer.
Insulted.
Okay, look. So with the whole crew, we missing about 3-4 people. Could we whoop Wu-Tang?
nah. I'm thinking we still got a Todd. We still got a
Right.
show.
So I'm taking him out.
You know what I'm saying? Otto, very questionable. We in trouble around this motherfucker, man.
And we got a blaze, man.
Yeah. We're gonna be in trouble around this motherfucker, man.
I know we whooping Death Row.
Oh,
All they
God.
got is Suge. All they got is Suge. Well, Dre, Suge and Dre.
And he done whooped everybody already, so they we good with that.
I think we got Wu-Tang beat. Them niggas was dope heads.
They was still deep.
Yeah, but niggas.
I'm just talking about in the ring, no gunplay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Man
loud.
to man. Hell yeah.
Man to man, head up.
Look at this.
No, I got to wait.
Look at this
Hold
nigga.
on, I got a better one.
All right, go
I
ahead.
got a better one. Y'all be honest. Do y'all think that we could whoop Sounds of Blackness?
Nigga, that's choir.
That's a choir.
Hey, Craig.
Head to the side, nigga.
Craig, I'm optimistic.
Shout out to him for that one.
I think Sounds of Blackness gonna whoop us.
Yeah, to be
What about the Winans? Can we get the Winans?
How many wine?
That's a lot of wine.
Ty got CC.
Wait,
I don't know about
wait,
that.
which one is Cece?
The girl.
Oh,
Girl.
Hey, Blaze scared of Marvin. He's scared of Marvin.
I ain't trusting that. I ain't trusting that. We better put show with him.
We jump Cece.
Yeah, both of y'all.
You think we can be ready for the world?
Who's in that
Ready
group?
for the world?
Yeah, Jerry Curls.
Hell no. Full force would be a fight for us.
Yeah.
Full force would be a
It's
fight.
like 19 of them niggas.
Yeah. Who y'all got in the head of fate, Todd or Shirley Caesar?
Oh man. Hey,
Shirley.
That shit gonna be like Rocky 1, nigga.
Shirley.
Shirley.
We both
Shirley
knock
for
each other
sure.
out like Apollo. Apollo and Rocky.
I take
Shirley seems like she got
1973 Shirley. I take 1973 Shirley.
You take
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, straight up.
I mean, she might know some martial arts. Y'all don't know.
But I thought you know.
What else you got for us, Todd?
The headband ain't shit.
Not to be whooping on Shirley
What else
Caesar.
you got for us, Todd?
So, Deshaun Watson, man, they made the decision. Deshaun Watson, 6 games. He got suspended. I can't even fucking talk right now.
That nigga said suspended.
Thinking about Shirley whooping his
Right, I
ass.
got scared. My heart beating off fast. Shirley, Sister Caesar.
Shirley,
I don't want
apologize.
no beef, bro. Nobody.
I feel like you've been on a date
Don't
with her
pull
before.
up. I was scared.
I feel like Todd, you done took Shirley Caesar to Cheesecake Factory before.
Shit didn't work out. You know what I mean?
Spending the church's money. Well, go ahead. What
Out
you said?
there.
6 games or 60?
6 games.
Okay.
He got a 6-game suspension, and a lot of people are mad that he quote unquote lied to the judge.
What did he say to the judge?
That he didn't do it. Like, I didn't even know these people, and then it comes to find out he did kind of know the people a little bit.
Right.
So my thing is, lying to a judge, isn't that part of the process? Like, y'all got to figure out if I did this shit. I don't
I'm
got to tell
not
y'all the
finna do
fucking
your
truth.
job for you. Are you gonna pay me to be a lawyer? I'm a criminal, nigga. I'm not gonna do your job. If you hire me, I tell him myself.
Yeah.
But
You need to tell the truth.
When he was
that's a crazy thought.
Well, yeah. No, but still.
But
fuck
nigga,
that.
that's a crazy thought.
Still, right. Fuck you. I'm trying to go home, nigga. I'm
You hear
tell
me,
you
That's why
this.
they tell you not to take the stand so you don't perjure yourself.
But that would change the justice system. Think about that.
Right.
If a nigga hire
Hey,
you,
nigga, look, man, look, we got just if you did it, man, we got 10,000 for you, man.
Yeah.
Just go on and do this little 5 years, nigga. Did you do it?
The answer is still
10
no.
grand. Would
Hey,
you
look.
admit to some shit
No.
if it was the right amount of money?
$10,000? No.
Right to do how much time though?
You carjacked the nigga. They said, man, tell us you did it.
Whoa, you
Tell us you did it.
carjacked a nigga.
Tell us you did it. You get 50 grand when you get out in 12 years.
Whoa! Fuck that. No.
but you might go anyway for
Call my
free.
mom.
12 years?
Fuck that.
You don't think that would make you a more honorable criminal
My
if
answer
you
still
got
be
paid
no.
to commit your crimes?
But
I'm
who
not
the
a
fuck
criminal,
says yes
so
and
I
goes
wouldn't-
12 years?
They gotta give you good time, work time, man.
I don't want to do 12. I don't want to do no years of jail.
$50,000 ain't worth no 12 years. That's too
I need some
low.
billions.
12 years?
Billions. I need zillions to fucking go to jail for 12 years. I'm not going
Nigga, you've been over.
This shit better change my life.
Yeah.
Right,
It better change everybody around me's life.
Nah,
Generational wealth for this motherfucker. I'm not fucking. Fuck that. That y'all
The only
gonna tax.
reason niggas don't
Niggas faking like
admit
a
to
motherfucker.
crimes is because it don't pay. If crime paid,
I
we would
would-
have a different type of niggas would be doing shit out in the open, man. Nigga, I need this 100 grand, nigga.
You telling on yourself, Otto?
What?
You telling on yourself for the money?
Not even telling
No,
yourself,
fuck that.
admitting to something you didn't do.
No.
No,
Telling
I'm
on
talking
yourself.
about you did do.
I
You
did
did
do
do it, yeah.
I'm still
No. Fuck you. Why did you go to judge school and all of this shit? Like
Judge
anyway, if I'm gonna come here and fucking make it all easy for you, just fucking.
Judge
I'm just kidding. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's good.
Anybody could be up there. You nigga gonna just tell on themselves.
ICDC.
I got my AA in judging. I got an AA in judging.
Hey,
I got over 35
you.
credits for judging.
Figure it out, motherfucker. No,
some of
not
you,
guilty.
some of you niggas lying, man. I know some of you niggas been here, been living the last 10, 15 years and ain't got 50 grand to show for it. You know what I'm saying? So now you telling me y'all wouldn't take a sentence?
Todd, why haven't you
12
been
years
to a Bentley dealership?
Shit, I ain't no Bentley
Thank you.
dealership money.
Well,
Thank
if
you.
crime worked the same fucking
Nigga,
way,
12 years from now?
No,
You
but
be
you
on
don't-
parole in the
I'm
Bentley.
not-
you
no,
don't go to
no.
a Bentley dealership because you have no business there. You
No,
can't
I've seen
afford
enough
it.
jail movies to know I don't want to fucking go to jail.
But what I'm saying, you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I think.
Shit, 12 years.
It's not
Fuck that.
crime ain't the problem. It's the perception of crime.
Yeah.
It's not really crime because you're being charged with something that has a value to it. So if the value system was 360 and didn't just benefit the system and benefited you, it would be more admirable. So people, when they did crime, would be more likely to be like, man, That's my 100 grand. I did that.
But $50,000.
That's my 100 grand.
They won't be a hero. Like
But
somebody going to jail as a hero. You know,
You wouldn't need no heroes if that's my 100 grand. That nigga.
You talking about all crimes? You just
And,
talking about certain
not
ones?
all. I'm not talking about heinous shit. I'm not talking about rape and shit like that. I'm just talking about
theft and shit like that.
the perception of it, because it's all economic based, but the economics only benefit one side of the spectrum. So if it was something that was beneficial to me as well, I would be more likely to pay my debt to society because I know I have something coming back from that investment.
Like
But
people in other
$50
countries.
That would
Right.
work, but it would be, then it was, remember, we still black in America. Then it would be us getting 50,000 for that same crime that the white boy gonna get $1 million for.
Right.
Yeah, and it's $50,000.
That's what's gonna happen.
$50,000 is a $20 an hour job a year, and you're gonna do 12 years and only get $50,000.
Niggas was robbing
You get way
liquor
less now.
stores in the 90s, nigga, in the 80s.
Coffee shop.
Yeah, that's not smart.
You can make
That's
more
still
money.
not smart. That's not smart.
So niggas are doing crime for less. Niggas are taking. How much money can you find in an old lady's purse?
Shit. Yeah, them niggas are taking them
But
chances.
think
I
about
wouldn't
that.
do
And
it.
Kraig
Take
got a
10
point, though. You got a point, because they're already paying for it. They're already working. You got cats in prison right now making Shelby Mustangs. You got cats making Levi jeans.
Levi
You got
jeans.
them making the cheese
Hostess.
at Whole
Twinkies.
Foods.
Twinkies.
You got them doing all this stuff, and they coming out getting paid 50 cents an hour, 25 cents an hour. So it's like, it would make sense if they had worked towards something, because when they came out, they probably wouldn't go back to jail if they had a nugget of 50 grand in an apartment ready for them.
Right.
They already put in that level of work.
Or they might do the crime again. Now they got $100 grand.
But when I,
No, study show. when people-
Let them go away for
but-
12
but
years.
Todd,
man.
that's what I'm saying.
I got something to feed my crime.
If a nigga got paid at the end of his sentence, I promise you, he's probably not going back to jail.
Why
not?
not?
He's
He's
not.
going back to work.
So look, you do 10 years.
Hit
when you
another
get
lick.
out. Remember, we're human. We don't live forever.
Okay.
Right? So you 20, you get
20.
10 years.
32.
Your
30.
at the end of your sentence, when you claimed your crime that you committed,
Right.
you had 100 grand coming at the end of that 10 years.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, it's
Right.
100 now.
That's
I'm just
100.
saying, 10 years, 10,000 a year, 100 grand. So you
Okay.
get out now, you're 30 with
Right.
100 grand.
And you fucked that off
What are
at
the
about 33.
likelihoods, Blaze, because we've all had a little time to think. What is the likelihood that a nigga that's had 10 years to think about what he's going to do when he gets out, because he got 100 grand waiting on him, what's the likelihood that nigga going to end up back in the pen?
And knowing you got 100 grand, that whole 10 years, you finna be in there spending that 100 grand. So you know what I'm saying? Like you there doing.
Nigga,
No, not really spending. I mean, really laying your plan out. So when he get out, he already know where that money going.
10 years to
got
think,
30.
nigga.
That
He got
depends
30
on-
That's a
Everex
good point,
jacket.
Grace.
Depends on what he's doing in
Craig.
prison.
We are talking about
but
got
Dozie.
caught.
Right.
So it's not that bright.
Right.
But no.
That's
He
not
didn't get
true.
caught. He didn't get caught.
turned himself
He
in.
claimed his crime.
Right.
Nigga, I did that.
Hold on, he did the
Right.
crime and called the police and
Yeah.
I
But
did this shit.
That's the concept I'm saying. Like, if
That's a
niggas
lick,
got
bro.
paid, I'm just saying. I'm talking about. I'm dealing with the perception, right? If
lick.
niggas got paid, like, you know, like, if you know what I'm saying, if you can get a monetary compensation for it, it would make it more likely that niggas would be like, I did that, bro.
Right.
This
And
is
you right
my,
about-
and
this
you
is my
motherfucker-
shit.
Hey.
I'm not saying that it makes it right, but what I'm saying is you wouldn't have to solve a crime.
bro.
Niggas commit crimes mostly who are in very destitute situations. The majority, not
They
all.
take a chance. But here's the thing I want to say about this thing, but I don't want to sell people that went to jail short. A lot of niggas is hella smart. These are people who got involved in economic situations because they wasn't going to follow no sucker shit with some of these jobs, so they took a chance. And they got caught. So if you give these same cats 10 years to think, time to sit down, and they know they're going to have money off after that, you got a lot of real businessmen that's locked up in prison right now that just took a chance and
Let
got
me wait a
caught
minute.
up.
Wait,
Some
so that's
Some will screw it off, but it'll be a whole lot of record labels coming out of that too.
but you got a lot of
Let's be for real. 100,000 is gone in a year. If you give a nigga who ain't got no fuck.
No, but look.
100,000?
But no, but check it out.
You ain't got
I
nothing.
know too many
We
niggas
talking
that
about-
got
Nothing.
nothing.
So now you gotta get a car. You gotta sustain
They're
yourself.
talking about
however
planners
long.
though. They
I
talking
know
about
too many
planners.
niggas that got out of prison.
They're talking about planners.
You have
with
no
less.
resources at all when you get out. You
You
gotta
talking
start
about a
from
nigga
scratch.
who used to
That's
live.
why niggas are going back to jail.
Right.
Right.
But
They're going back to jail again. I promise.
Hey.
No, but not
Yes,
and
for
then-
sure.
but
For
then-
sure.
No,
He gonna blow through that. He gonna be right
No,
back.
no, no.
3 times.
Hold on, one at a time.
3 years at the top.
Unless a nigga's mind, unless a
That's what I was
nigga's
gonna-
not mentally right,
Right.
right?
No.
Unless he's not mentally right. what sends niggas to prison to start for the first time and then repeating after, over and over.
Lack of resources.
Lack of resources.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about a motherfucker that's sound in mind.
Right.
I'm not talking about no bipolar.
You
Sound in mind.
yeah.
You talking about a sound in mind person.
Wait, hold on. No, you talking about a nigga who just spent 10 years spending $11 a month. You don't think he gonna stretch $100 grand?
Right, he's gonna stretch it. But look.
That nigga just lived off of top ramen.
Yeah.
Couple of season packets.
Because look, if
some sriracha sauce.
That's what I'm gonna say.
That was by force.
That nigga
So now he has choices. Oh, nigga, I can go buy a
Steak.
fucking
10 years.
Nigga, 10 years. 100
can't
grand's
even-
not gonna last you a long time.
He
I'm gonna tell you why he's gonna go. I'm gonna tell you why he's gonna go.
hold on.
Yes, you know that.
He
But
finna. He
you
finna.
don't understand sitting
Yeah.
behind them walls.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
you have never in your life had 10 years to ponder what you was going to
Right.
do with something.
Man.
So a nigga that does 10 years straight and he know he coming home to something valuable, that nigga is more than likely going to be a more productive citizen than just a nigga.
No, he's not. He's going back to jail. I'm gonna tell you why. But let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. We're not talking. No, we're not talking. No. Look, we're not talking about nobody who's bipolar. We're talking about somebody with a sound mind. Sound mind. So
No, not Ty.
a sound mind, whatever. This motherfucker's a genius.
Ty going back
This is
to
what
jail.
he's gonna do. He's gonna say, when I'm 18, I'm gonna do this crime. I'm gonna get $100,000.
What's wrong with it?
Then when I'm 20, when I'm 28, I'm gonna do the
do it
same
again.
crime, get another
No,
$100,000.
no.
When I'm 38,
That's
I
not
can do the
gonna
same
happen.
crime and get another $100,000. Nigga, I done hit half a meal.
That's not gonna
already.
happen. That's not gonna happen.
It's a real plan.
It's gonna be
It's generational wealth.
To do that.
It's better than robbing liquor
No.
stores.
That's all I know.
No, that's not
Why
all
not?
you know.
No,
The reason
but even
niggas
so-
commit
Not all you know.
crimes is a fucking system failure.
No, I'm
The
talking about
system-
plan.
If I have to do a crime to survive, that's a system failure.
Okay, so what else you gonna do? If you do this lick,
Look,
and you go,
Bro, I
you
got
get
two.
the 100,000, and you gotta do 10 years. What else you gonna do with your life after that?
Nigga, you telling me that
That's gonna be worth 100
a
grand.
nigga that is 20 that's committing a crime
Right.
and going to prison for 10 years
for that 100 grand.
is doing it because
The 100 grand.
most likely he has no resources. He's not doing
Yeah.
it for the 100 grand.
That's a resource.
but
It's a
okay,
resource.
So if a nigga goes to jail at 20,
Right.
gets out 28 and has 100 grand, what's the difference between him and a nigga that served in the military?
Nothing. That's why he's
Niggas
gonna do
are
it
in the
again.
military committing crimes.
That's why he's gonna do it
Niggas
again.
are raping bitches in the military.
we're not
Niggas
gonna
are
do that.
smoking weed in the military.
We wasn't getting
What do you
100 grand.
mean?
I didn't get 100
What do you
grand.
mean?
I ain't get that 100 grand.
What do you mean?
That ain't getting 100 grand with it.
Right.
crime to join the military.
Yeah.
But look,
I ain't getting no 100
I
grand
I
either.
committed no crime to join
You
the
didn't
military.
steal?
I didn't do shit to join the
You
military.
didn't steal.
To join the
You
military.
didn't help this country steal from other countries.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You
I-
committed a crime.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You
Craig.
didn't fuck bitches in them bunkers, and you wasn't supposed to.
No crime to join the military.
No.
This nigga committed a crime to join the fucking
Because
prison
he
system.
didn't
Yeah.
have resources.
And he got a resource.
If
I
you-
have resources either.
if you don't
I
have-
have so he should have went to the military then.
But what I'm
No.
saying-
Solves it. There we
No,
go.
don't go to the
that's all.
military.
You also had a stable
Get your
living
100 grand,
environment.
nigga.
No,
It's a
but it
lick
comes
out
down to
there.
two things, though. It comes down to two things, I think. It comes down to the mindset of the person and the influences that's around them. Because it could be nigga to go to jail and thinking, when I get out, I'm gonna get this 100. I'm gonna go buy this many bricks. I'm gonna go do this. You see what I'm saying? That I'm gonna take the money they give me.
There's a lot of
because
niggas
all
doing
I
that.
know is
You
this.
niggas
But,
don't-
or they can get in there with other niggas that's around them and say, oh, Doze, Ty, Blaze, look, we both gonna get out of, you know what I mean? We can take and build our own shit, but it don't got it. But it's street shit because that's all we fucking used to.
Fuck all of that. I'm gonna go get another 100 grand.
If the system is letting everything trickle down the way it's supposed to, it ain't no street.
Why would
Not everybody has that training to do that.
And what I'm saying is, it's no reason to have dope dealers, hustlers, and all that shit if everything was trickling down the way it was supposed to.
Craig,
in
why-
the
That's
system.
100% true.
It's a
Right.
system failure.
That's
so
true,
if a
but-
system doesn't provide me the appropriate resources,
Right.
and I have to commit a crime to survive, the 100K is their penalty.
That's
I'm
fine.
serving
So-
a penalty.
Right.
So,
So
Ty,
you got to serve a penalty
This
for
is
not
a-
giving me what I need to survive.
this is
Right.
this,
That's
hey,
not what we were saying.
When
We
it
were
comes
saying
down
that
to it,
nigga gonna go back though.
Yeah,
But
a
you
nigga go
niggas
back.
are automatically innate making niggas bad people.
No, not a bad
Who commit
person.
crimes to
No,
survive.
No, I'm not saying that.
And
You
that's
sound like
not
Rush
right.
Limbaugh.
That's not what I'm
You sound like
saying.
Rush Limbaugh.
That's how you looking
No,
at it.
no, I'm looking at.
Because you're saying the system is fucked up regardless.
Larry Elders.
The system didn't get changed, so that nigga's gonna get out. And it's that same fucked up system.
Right.
Go throw his dumb ass right back in jail.
listen,
Hey, no, it's what.
So what is the
Ty.
system's fault?
All I'm saying is that.
What is the system's fault?
At that
We
point,
can't do no
If a 12-year-old commits a murder,
the system.
and he has no parents, whose fault is
The
that?
system fault is the foundation part. If the system was not helping the child and the child is lost, by the
Let-
time the
A
child
prime
is adult,
example.
Craig, let me answer your
there's
question with
no-
reality.
There's no fixing.
But the system
I'm-
won't work
I'm-
for us
Craig,
anyway, so it's
but-
like it's working exactly the way it's supposed to. It's the system failure shit. It doesn't really
It's
pertain to us.
It's perception,
It's not
bro.
a failure. It's
Hey.
how? It's not a
Hold
failure.
on.
They
It
wrote
is.
it. They wrote it to work exactly where
Here's
it's supposed
the
to.
thing,
Where it's doing now.
Here's the thing about systems. Systems change when people force them to change. Always do. So if you just accept it, it ain't gonna change. So I want to say, going back to what
you
Craig
tell me
said about.
there's gonna be a day when there's no
going back-
jails
going back to
with
what Craig
black
said.
people in them.
What's that?
You're gonna be telling me there's gonna be a day when there's no jails with black people in them.
Someday, Dozie.
Yeah, yes,
someday.
you just said. I want
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
I want to answer the question and get to the point.
That makes
Because
sense.
I want to get back to reality here. Fact is, most people when they come out of prison, most people before they go back and hit some bricks, they go and invest in truck. I know too many niggas that got out of prison, spent 7, 8, 9, 10 years, invested in trucking company, and ain't been back in 20.
Yeah,
That's
because
the
that's what
majority.
those are
I'm not
people.
going to sit back and just let this Rush Limbaugh talk like niggas just going to go right back. Like,
No,
some
that's
will,
not what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
but the ones who have resources don't. And here's the proof.
And that
In
is a resource to
1968
the trucking shit.
Let me here's the proof. Going back to what Kraig was saying, tying in what he was saying. System failure. In the Kerner Commission report that came out in 1968, said black Americans do not commit crime when they have just basic resources.
We don't even
We're
gotta
not a
go that
community
far. We just had
let me
to-
finish my point. I'm gonna get you. We don't commit crime unless we don't have resources. When resources are taken and laws are changed, that's when the crime people gotta take chances, like what Kraig was saying. The system failure. The system is designed for people to take these chances. So since the system is designed for them to take them chances and go to jail, the system should have responsibility on the end result.
Right.
That's
It's
what
a
he already
system.
saying.
It's a system thing.
Should, yeah.
So
That
there's
sounds
a
good.
bad
It never
system is
happened
all
if
I'm
we
saying.
force it.
It's a terrible
The
system.
same way we
But-
got
but-
civil
but-
rights
but
when we
The
forced
system
it
is
and
bad
everything
because you're
else.
paying people $100,000 to do
commit a
crimes.
crime.
So a nigga is gonna say, yo,
Whose
how
fault
long
is it?
How long will it take you to make $500,000?
If your daughter starves to death in your house, whose fault is it?
That's mine.
Right.
So you.
But if they gave $100,000
niggas here
out for people
starving.
who letting kids die,
There's
you let
niggas
7
here
kids die, you
starving.
rich.
There's
And there-
niggas here starving.
And there are job
Who's fault?
Nigga,
opportunities.
we
There's
don't.
people who don't want to
we
work.
don't grow the food.
Yes.
We don't make the guns.
Right.
We don't make the dope.
So do a crime and get 100,000.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if it makes society a better place because now niggas will be more accountable.
No, they won't.
But the system is so ill the way they have us programmed perception wise that we would think giving someone an opportunity who didn't have one is a bad thing because they had to make opportunities out of nothing.
No.
Look, nigga, people eat people when they get hungry enough.
Why would you?
So whose fault is that?
Why did you drive trucks?
What do you
Because you
mean?
want to make money, right? Like almost like 100,000.
Okay, but what if you're 13?
Yeah, and they
You
say,
can't
yo,
drive.
when
do
you
you-
get 18,
And
you
both
can
of your
kill
parents
somebody.
are base heads. And
Okay.
you grew up in a group home and got raped.
Right.
There's niggas out here who haven't
Yep.
had a chance since they've been babies.
Right.
There's nobody to tell them what's right and what's you know. So you feel
Right.
so some motherfuckers all they need is an opportunity. It's the system's responsibility to
Right.
give us an opportunity.
Right, and I'm all for that.
I got a homie that went to jail in Germany. He did a year in jail. When he got out of jail, he had a voucher to go to college
Right.
and the keys to his own apartment.
That's way better than
He didn't go to a
$100,000.
halfway house with other.
exactly.
What do
That's
you
what
mean?
I'm saying. The
Didn't give
the
him
carrot
means.
at the end is
Nigga,
crazy.
when you get out of jail
100,000?
here, you get $200 gate money.
Oh, that's
Bad
great.
too. That's terrible too.
But that's
Shit.
not 100 grand. You'll be on with 100 grand. You do 2 crimes, give up 20 years of your life, you got $200,000 to do
ain't
whatever
gonna
you
last
want.
long either.
And then you
Nigga,
do another one because you
You're
need more
doing
money.
time. You're
You
doing
got 2
10.
Tucker
Right,
Carlsons
10.
in this motherfucker.
So if my whole plan is like, you know what, by the time I'm 70, be generational wealth in my family.
If you go to
nigga
jail
sound
for
like
10
Joe
years
Biden.
until you're 70, that means that nigga,
That's
you spending half
700,000.
your life in jail.
Yeah, fuck it. I want to
A
put my
nigga
family
that's
on.
thinking logically, they not coming back when they get that first 100, dog.
Right.
They're not going
They're
back.
not
not?
going back, bro.
people like-
Niggas
Well,
are
it's
in jail.
100,000 to be made.
No, nigga.
Don't we
Some
know
niggas
a,
like
don't we know a
jail.
gang of niggas who get money and they lose that shit once they get it?
But
That
niggas.
shit happens all the
There's no-
fucking
Happens a
time.
lot of
But
women
you're-
too. You
but
don't stop
then
paying a
again,
lot
the
of them.
perception
Time.
you're
So you're
taking.
giving a nigga who's coming out of jail, a kid,
You're-
right, with
you're-
no skills.
Right.
No, he's
They
gonna
know
have
they learn to
skills
build a
in
prison.
jail.
What skill? You
Right.
didn't say that. Now you changed the
That-
game.
No,
No,
nigga,
no,
they
they
have
work.
What
school.
skill? What
He
skills
can
you
make
have?
Levi.
They got
Make
niggas.
Levi's.
Dewan,
Look,
They have
all
to
of the
choose
skills,
that.
I'm gonna tell you, all of the skills that they no longer teach in high school,
They teach in
they
prison.
teach in prison. So you coming out with woodworking skills, you coming out with
You
metal
won't
work.
need that shit
you
if you
coming
got
out with all
$300,000.
bodies. You coming out knowing how to fix
If
cars.
a nigga
You
is-
coming out knowing customer service.
If you
because
stack
business-
it.
Let me finish. You coming out as a customer service representative because certain phone companies, I can't mention names, but their customer service centers are in prison. You're coming out with firefighting skills. You're coming out with policing skills. You're coming out with every skill needed to survive in the real world. They have those jobs in prison. They teach them, and those are your best workers.
But if they want
And
them,
so if you give them,
Sounds good.
if you give those same workers, if you give those same
that's what I'm
workers
saying. It's for the
that are
people
good
who want to
at,
go get that. That's
if
not
you give these
everybody
same
doing
workers
that
that are
shit.
good at masonry who don't want to go back to prison,
This nigga
$100,000,
still selling crack,
they
bro.
ain't going back.
This nigga still selling crack.
What is okay? You want to? So y'all basically judging the whole
No, I'm
society
saying
by
there's.
the
Hold
exception.
on, hold on.
No, all I'm saying is there's ways to make money, and this system that Kraig is presenting is a way that you can get $100,000 for 10 years of your life.
Which
So
ain't shit.
so you're gonna go back and do it again because you can make that $100,000.
Nigga, they're gonna make $1 million off you being there.
Yo, I
They're
come
gonna
up with a
make $10
business.
million
I'm gonna
off you
start a
being there.
business, and at my business, all we're gonna do is do crimes. And if we bring in 100,000 in every wop, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be billionaires after a while.
But
The problem is everybody is not striving just to make money. Everybody's striving to be rich.
the problem is niggas.
Niggas are selling
no,
drugs
the-
because it smells good.
The
No,
niggas.
they're trying to sell drugs to get rich. They don't.
Thank you.
They're not just trying to make a quick 100,000 and be done. No, they trying to go for the good stuff.
Exactly.
You're dealing with
That's what I'm saying.
artists as far
No,
as
they
back
trying.
locked up sometimes.
They just want the money.
Niggas are selling drugs
but
to
not
survive because they
Yes.
don't have no
No,
other way.
not just
But your new
You understand that?
your new system's gonna be the new crime.
No, because
Then there's the ones who get to that level to where it's like, okay, you can stop.
Because if niggas was just
Do they ever stop?
Hold on, nigga. Can't let one nigga talk at a time.
Right. You
When is it the system's fault, Todd?
When you make that system. That if you
No.
kill, if
No,
you
no,
if
no,
you
no,
do
no,
a
no,
crime,
no.
you're gonna get 100,000 when you come out. That's
No,
all
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
no,
You're
no,
not
no.
hearing
Your shit is
what-
gonna look like
but
what's that
you're
shit?
twisting it.
You're not
I'm
listening.
saying it's gonna make
Answer the
niggas
question,
more
nigga.
accountable. If I fucked up to survive, nigga, I did it. It's
Right.
gonna make that more likely
For
because
sure.
a nigga is gonna feel like there's something on the other side at least. Right now, niggas are committing crime and only the government is making money off of it.
And businesses.
The money's being made.
So it's an opportunity.
If a nigga do 10 years, they made a meal ticket off this nigga damn near.
What
Right.
you're saying
Every year.
makes sense.
So
Right.
I get out with nothing.
Yes.
No,
That's
I'm-
gonna make me commit another crime.
No, I'm not on that side
Niggas
either.
are going back to jail
That was
who have
trash too.
niggas are going back to jail who have nothing.
Right.
We're listening to a 70-year-old nigga with a karate band on his head, and then Otto got a truck driving mustache with a cowboy hat. You niggas spinning our wheels, man.
You
If
don't
a
think
nigga,
somebody-
if a nigga getting some money at the end of that deal,
Right.
man, he's less likely to get into some bullshit because what put him in the bullshit in the first place was the lack of those resources.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
So if he went to jail and he was thriving in jail and everything was cool, it wasn't no problems, it was just a cool little.
The way you explaining it is what's happening right now.
No.
Motherfuckers committing crime, they go to jail, and then it's happening again.
So you
right?
guys saying that crime would decrease
I'm
in
saying,
your
yeah,
in your world?
What
Crime
happened?
is a system failure.
It should have been like that. What's that shit where they kill motherfuckers every night?
No.
For that one night?
No.
It should
Hold
be
on.
like
How about
that.
this? How was your neighborhood during stimulus?
Quiet.
I drove through the worst parts of town in the world. Everybody was nice as ice.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, how you
nice.
doing, brother?
Right, yeah.
How's it going?
Okay.
2020 was
But
one
they
of
got
the lowest.
money.
Nice.
Hey,
Good
Todd,
af-
2020
good
was
afternoon,
one of
brother.
the lowest records. It's one of the lowest
what was
criminal
they
records
doing
on
with that
year
money?
because people had money.
What was niggas
Yes.
doing? Come on. Let's not what was them niggas doing with that money? They was getting?
They
Overspending.
weren't.
Try to live
They
like
weren't
kings.
pretty committing crime.
Try to live
Scamming
like
fucking
kings.
Stop.
Starting
No.
businesses.
Hold
Five
up.
niggas you know, yeah.
No,
but
no,
I'm
no,
Five
hold
niggas
on.
you know was scamming. I don't know about that.
Thousands
No.
of niggas I know that was
This
scamming.
is what the majority of the
I was
niggas was
outside.
doing.
Remember, I be outside.
I'm
I see
outside
these
too. I was
Yeah.
traveling across the
But-
country.
I
during
see
the
these
virus.
niggas,
But
bro.
Doze,
Like,
And I
this
saw niggas
is
investing in
that
themselves.
PPP money, it's at the club.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, they
Tell me I'm
over-
lying.
they-
Ain't
they
nobody
over-
charged no
they
business.
Right.
The motherfuckers
I don't know
went to
where
clubs
you
for
in.
that shit.
Right. So whether you fuck off your
A lot of
first
people
So that's
100
what
mil,
I'm saying. That's what I'm talking like.
You gotta hit another lick.
You can give a nigga 100,000.
On record,
this ain't gonna
California,
last.
on record, California had more businesses starting the year 2021 than ever.
We're saying the same.
Some of them was scams too.
Hold on.
No, he said nobody started. On record, California had the most
One at
businesses
a
starting
time.
this year than
That's
last
good.
year.
One at a time. One at a
That's
time.
the record saying.
I just don't get it, Todd. Why are you assuming that every nigga that goes to jail is a bad motherfucker?
Are y'all not listening to what I'm saying?
saying.
I'm saying
You're
that there's going to
saying-
be some guys that are going to be business minded and say, you know what? I
should
can
be
make money.
business-minded.
I can make more money by just doing these crimes and getting this 100,000 every crime. So that's
He's saying there's going to be people who necessarily wouldn't go do the crime.
But why would a motherfucker spend 50
saying.
years in prison
You don't have to spend
when he
50.
can go 10 years and go
You
to
don't have-
school
right.
and get goddamn?
You don't have to spend
There's homeless
50.
people
You can
all over
spend. You
LA,
can
bro,
spend
that'll
10.
tell
He
you.
can spend 10. I can spend 10. I can spend 10.
Okay.
That's more crime.
But you're already being charged with something and somebody's making money off of it. Why can't you make money off of it?
They don't know.
Because people
don't have
that will
knowledge.
become a lick for some people.
No, it already is a lick. It
Right.
already is a lick for the prison industrial
right
complex.
now.
It's
Right.
already making money off of niggas going back to jail repeatedly because they have zero resources.
Yes.
So I'm
That's the
saying
system I'm
the
talking about.
resources that are already being divvied up to everybody around you but you, if you just got a slice, it's probably I would say an 89, 90% chance that if I got a slice that was being made off me, I'm not going back.
I love your system. I just don't want you to think that your system is going to reduce crime. I'm just saying it's going to make more crime happen.
His system
how
is
is-
proven scientifically to reduce crime.
But you gotta
he doesn't hear what I'm
incentivize.
Craig's system is proven scientifically to reduce crime.
Right.
Scientifically, it's been proven when people have resources.
Where they
don't
giving
go
out
back.
100,000 for
There's a
listen.
one-to-one connection with
Ty, you just
recidivism
want to
rate.
keep giving
manslaughters.
Yeah. During the stimulus, was there more crime in your neighborhood or what?
No, I live in a
Then
nice
that's, what are you
neighborhood.
talking about then?
No, we're talking about if you do a crime, you get 100,000 coming to
Most
you, no
people
matter
who
what.
most people who was getting that money, man, was a crime.
But you know what?
This
It,
nigga
Dozie,
Tyler-
can you tell them,
Tyler-
Dozie? Because what I'm
You know
saying,
what
they
else,
think I'm
Ty?
talking
To your
crazy.
Because you're
point,
oversimplifying.
you know what else it'll
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
It'll
yeah,
end homelessness.
Definitely.
Because I'm not
Yeah,
sleeping
'cause the
on
homeless niggas
streets
be
if
killing
I
niggas
can go
out
to
here, too.
jail and make money.
You said what?
If I'm homeless, I'm not sleeping on the streets if I can go to jail and make money.
Right. How do you get to jail?
So to Ty's point, what I'm saying is
It would.
it will be a lot less homeless people out there because they can
There's
go
going
to
to be a
jail.
trade-off. Something's going to trade off.
Nigga, what's
You
the
know,
point of being a citizen?
It's gonna still get
What's
you
the
high.
point of
What
being?
the heck y'all talking about?
What's the point of being a citizen if it don't give me nothing?
It can get you whatever you want. I'm just saying that's not going to reduce crime.
Hey,
Because you
Ty,
can say,
How is giving a
It's
nigga
almost-
with nothing
Do the crime
something?
and go to jail.
you got to do the crime to go to jail. You got to do the crime to get the
But you're
100,000.
forgetting the other part. Crime is a system failure. If a nigga has nothing, we live in a system where the resources are supposed to trickle down. If they're not getting down to us,
Not to us.
right, they're not getting to us. So I'm committing a crime because what was supposed to drip down the side of the cup and
Right.
into my cup
Right.
didn't get down where it was supposed to be.
Right.
Now I got to go get
So
it.
now I gotta figure it out.
So you're going to get it to come down, do the one
But
crime.
it's not. But what I'm saying, it's not, and it hasn't been for the last 200 years.
It's not designed.
But
Yeah,
but
you
what
get
I'm
it, you
saying is that's the idea.
What
of
about the
democracy.
hustler? There's going to
We
be a
vote,
nigga that's a
nigga.
real hustler. Get money, nigga. He's
Nigga,
going to
everybody
be
can't-
whooping heads
if-
all up and down the street.
Hey, Ty, I have a question. Hey, I have a real good question. I have a real good
That's
question.
what I'm saying.
This concept is over Ty's head.
I got a real good question, Ty.
It's over
Hey,
there.
Ty.
Don't get it. Act those.
over his
Ty, no,
head
okay, I got a
and
question.
under his
I have a
bandana.
question. At what point do you do we stop the circular conversation and do you try to find out why these things happen and let that answer be it? Because when it comes down to it, there's a one-to-one connection. Y'all can look me up. Any study between recidivism rate and access to resources.
Between
When it
what?
comes to-
What you say, Leviticus?
Yeah, he
when it
said
comes to
business.
the highest recidivism rate, meaning people who went to prison, got out, and went back, there's a one-to-one connection between high recidivism rate and lack of resources. So if Kraig is presenting a solution that offers resources, that by definition is going to lower the rate of recidivism. Will it stop it? No. There are always going to be exceptions. There are always going to be fools.
That's
But we're
the
talking about
argument, though.
how can we help 7 out of 10?
That's
And
the-
how we can help 7 out of 10
Is
is
give
give
100
them
grand
resources
a
when they get
pop.
out.
I never disagree with him. I'm only chiming in on well, I see what Todd is saying. So it's like those are two different conversations. Like yours, okay, well, it's not a conversation because I agree. I agree with that. Now, what I'm saying is, I don't understand how you don't hear what the fuck Todd is saying.
Yeah,
Yes,
because-
there's going to be more crime.
How?
There's going to be
There's not any-
motherfuckers who are going to
Let me
go
you don't
for
agree
that
with what I said.
Go for the
Let
bag.
me you don't agree with what I
No,
said.
it's not. You know what? How much shit you
Y'all
eliminate?
crazy.
You know
You
how
don't
much
agree with what I
shit you
said.
eliminate
Who
if
went
you
for that bag during the stimulus? Who went for
This
that
is
bag?
bigger than the stimulus.
No,
This
it's
is
not.
10. This is 100
There
grand.
would be no police.
Who went
There
for
would-
that
there would
bag,
be no
though?
police if this
Mad
system was in
motherfuckers
place.
committing crimes.
No.
Dewan
Dewan just gave us the statistics. there was no more extra. There was no more extra crimes
Bro,
committed.
put like this.
People was in that strip club,
Hold on,
like
one
you
at a
said.
time. Wait till they finish.
People was buying cars that they couldn't afford.
No, not
people
can
was.
afford with money that was stolen.
That's what I'm saying. So they put money down on cars that they lost in 6 months.
Hey, Blaze.
They balled
So they
out.
lost that money? So they got that money. What happened to it?
And then no, we talking about
All right.
crime. There were no crimes though. There were no more crimes.
But this is the issue. Somebody said you incentivize crime. Nigga, it's already
Exactly.
incentivized.
That's all we're saying. That's all we were saying.
No. It's already incentivized, nigga.
Right.
You just ain't getting none of the paper.
Thank
You
you.
are
That's what I'm
committing
saying.
crimes.
Those are two
Right.
different
for free.
conversations.
It wasn't
Right.
always incentivized. It evolved to that.
But we live in a prison
this-
industrial complex.
It's
Right.
it's already
So,
incentivized.
and
This
what
over
you-
their head, man.
But once you incentivize it for the criminal,
Because again, I agree with that.
I agree with it too.
But I agree with him though on the statement he
You
made.
can't
That's
agree
what
with
I'm
both.
saying.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can't agree both.
You
They're
can.
juxtaposed. They're
Just both can be
opposing
true.
points of view.
They're on opposite sides of the spectrum.
No, it's not. This
If what he's saying is true, then what Todd's saying is not. Because
No,
if
that's
people,
not.
But hold
he-
on. Somebody said claiming a fake business for a PPP loan is a crime.
right?
100%.
No, it's not.
The fuck?
It's
No. If I pay to have a tax ID number,
You gotta do your voice like that. You're not ready.
yeah. When
no.
he said the word fake, we were done.
Yes.
When he said the word
As long
fake,
as I
we were
got
done.
as long as I got a DBA and a
means
tax
it's
ID
real.
number, it's not fake.
If the word fake is in your,
It ain't fake.
Fake means you don't have
then
that.
you have
Listen to
another
what he
conversation.
said.
Fake
It
means
said
you don't have that.
claiming a
You can't
fake.
take fake out.
You
He
can't
said
take
that.
fake out.
He said that.
Regardless.
Fake.
You're
Once
talking
you-
about
you-
legit one then.
I got a
You
water
have to
balloon
have a
company.
You have to have a legit tax ID number to get a PPE.
But
It ain't
this-
fake.
You can't
At
just
first-
go in
the
there
first
and make a
round-
number up, nigga.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's
You understand that?
Yes.
It's
That's
got to
a
be
crime.
a real motherfucking number.
Yes.
Right.
But this is
Now,
actually
but you can
proving your
make a
point
fake
because
business.
Oh, go ahead.
this is actually proving your point because they are committing that crime to get that PPP loan. So when they
Right.
got that money, they didn't go robbing and stealing. They went in the strip
And did
club,
some
like you
positive shit.
said.
But according to Todd, they bought more dough.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
And they bought more guns.
That's not what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even say
What
that.
if they do more wrong with the
Right.
money?
No,
he said
I'm
it
not saying-
incentivized. You said it incentivizes crime. How
I'm
many
saying-
how many of them got
Listen.
that money and said, "What else can I do? What other application can I
That's
fill
not
out?"
what I'm saying.
They
I'm
never
not
did
saying
that.
touch the money at all. Leave that 100,000 right there. Do another crime, and now you got 200,000.
What are you talking
Then do
about?
another crime, you got 300,000. That's the lick.
Cup is
But
half
you're in
full.
prison
That's
all
what
the
I'm
time.
talking about.
Yeah, niggas do
That's
that.
what
You're
I'm
in prison
saying.
all the time, Ty.
Yeah.
30 years, nigga, you home.
Let me.
So you
You're
said
not
that's
going to be
majority
on.
Why not?
I keep forgetting
If
this
you
nigga.
had if you had opportunity, you wouldn't be committing crime.
Right.
Nigga.
You keep forgetting that main point. Who committed crime for the fuck of it?
Niggas are survive.
The niggas who did the crime.
I'm not
Niggas
talking
commit
about
crimes
niggas.
for clout.
I'm
man.
not
Like,
talking
what
about
else?
niggas like
What
Otto
he's
and
saying is, I don't know
I'm
how else to
talking-
say it.
I'm talking
There
regular
are going
people,
to be
man.
some hustling motherfuckers.
It's in everything.
Listen to me. They're going to be like, all right, well, shit, if I do 3 of them.
That's not a hustler.
Listen to me. Come on,
Listen,
wait, just wait.
you can
Just wait. There's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna think in his head. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers gonna think.
Because the time
well,
is
shit,
easy.
If I can just go get this time and do I got 100,000 waiting.
I can eat this time right here.
30 years, 100,000.
I can eat that, eat
Some
that.
niggas gonna take that and do that shit.
That's
The
what I'm
why-
That's what he's saying.
Eat that.
That's fucking true.
Then
That's
why
all I'm
don't-
saying. Can be true. I don't know how the hell.
Then why don't we have a why
This is
don't
English language, right?
then why don't we have
It's
all I'm
Igbo.
saying.
why don't we have why don't we have more goons and hitmen or something then? Because there's always
full of
people.
goons. There's a lot of goons in prison. What's wrong with you?
Here's the problem. Hey, Ty, here's the problem. Ty, the
This
person
nigga-
that you said exists,
It's
that
time
will
for-
happen. If we
it's
keep
time
it
for-
at some, the exception, a small percentage, yes.
It ain't small.
The issue is when people come and say that's going to be most of the people. That's not going to be most.
Right.
The
I'm not saying that.
statistics show.
I'm not saying it's most. I'm just saying that there's a number
It
that's going to
might
make the
be
crime
a-
go
it
up.
might be
If it's
third.
3,
It's
4.
already
It
up.
might be a third.
You're saying it's going to decrease. I'm saying it's going to increase because of the
No,
fact
it's
that niggas
not.
can.
The study
That's why I
shows that
told
it
Doze
ain't.
you can't
Every
play
single study
both.
shows that people have
He says
resources that
crime's
don't
going
commit
up.
crime.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I said there's
it'll
going
go
to
up.
be more crime because
At what
of that. I
point
said
do
there's gonna
you
be-
why
there's gonna be a
people
certain
do the
Craig
percentage.
said no.
But that doesn't fall in line with why black people commit crimes.
Right.
No,
What you're
right.
saying
No,
that
you're
we
right.
don't commit crimes because we got plenty of shit.
Yeah.
We commit crimes because we don't have nothing.
Here's what I think he's saying. This is what I think he's saying. It's gonna take 12 years for y'all to see y'all's results. Meanwhile,
12.
meanwhile, no, I'm saying because he said he got to do the 10 years to get
You
the
got to
money.
do the 10 to get the money.
Yeah, you got to do
So
the
what
10.
I'm
That's
saying
fine.
is you got to wait 10 years to see the change. But niggas is still committing crimes before them 10
Up until then.
within those
Stacking
10
up.
years.
Oh, shit.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
this
the
is what
homie?
it is.
Oh,
This
Kraig
what it
just
is.
got in there? I'm gonna go
So
get my
it's gonna
10 then.
increase the
How'd you
crime.
how'd you
Because
get your?
the only way you can
You,
resolve-
hey, you balling, bro?
The
How-
only way you can see the result
think
is
you're-
if niggas create the
But
crime.
I don't think you understand what 10 years is going to do to a sound person of sound mind. They're going to be leaps and bounds further than most people on the street because
Right.
they've all had all that time to think and
They're
plan and
learning
figure
Exactly.
it out. Niggas don't get that.
No, during that 10 years, they're learning skills.
That's what college is supposed to be, but it's not.
So from the time between the time
Change
that
your
they
mind
put
before
this
you do
in
that.
order to the time it actually the first person gets paid, you don't think there's going to be more crime during that 10 years
Well, but-
before the first person gets that first cut?
But how are they going to get caught? Because
mean
they're
how
going
they
to
gonna
say,
get
man,
Fuck that $100,000.
I did that, bro.
Now you say
Yeah.
I'm trying to increase that likelihood.
Yeah, niggas will
want
be
people
lining
to-
up.
that's-
I
You
did
say- you
that.
want a lot of
No,
money.
come
but
up
that's
and
what
say they did a crime.
What I'm saying is that's the incentive. Even if a motherfucker copped to some shit he didn't do, at the end of that 10, he gonna be a better motherfucker.
Hell yeah, niggas gonna be copping all kind of shit.
The-
Give
the-
me my $100,000.
You gonna be
Oh, y'all know y'all didn't give me
You gotta
Yeah.
save on your
Tell you what else I
taxes.
did.
His
I'm
mind gonna
snitching
be
on
right.
myself.
What I'm saying is there's nothing to incentivize accountability. If accountability was incentivized, this society, we wouldn't even need a police department.
And I believe you.
We wouldn't even need a police department.
line
we
outside
wouldn't even need jails, nigga. If we incentivize accountability and I did it was a thing that can get you paid, a nigga would stay in his house for 10 years.
Nigga, that
Where
line,
do you think the
line
Me
outs-
Too movement came from?
No, that's different. The line outside the motherfucking police station to be like Magic Mountain.
that
Niggas
is-
like, I did it. Give me my $100,000.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's positive
So
reinforcement.
you about to go do 10 years for 100?
I'm not built for that.
Right.
But it's niggas that it's niggas that's built for that. I'm not.
But if you did it, with knowing that me saying I did it, increase the likelihood of you being more accountable.
Yeah.
And saying,
You know what? And then I'll do it. I'll probably do something
You
else.
talking about if I
To
did
bounce
the
back.
crime?
If you
though.
did it.
Yeah.
It can, but it's slower. and
But
it's
that's what
more
I'm saying.
peaceful way of doing
Society
it.
is in reverse. It doesn't incentivize you for standing up. It represses you and makes you cowardly.
Right.
Because you don't, all the things in place don't promote, hey, I did it. It promotes you in trouble.
And as a taxpayer, you lose tens of millions of dollars a year on these courts because people are sending out these long-ass courts.
Right.
That's more money coming out your taxes. That's more economic drain on the system.
So yeah,
Kraig-
court.
What about
Kraig's
the
solution
100,000
is offering
everybody gonna get?
an
Ain't that
answer
gonna
on
be more
both
taxes?
ends.
What about the 100,000 everybody? Ain't they gonna be more taxes?
No,
I mean,
you're already working.
probably
No,
so.
Craig, you're
So
already working a job.
Everybody that's gonna get 100,000.
In prison, go back to what I said earlier. In prison right now, they're building Shelby Ford Mustangs. In prison right now, they're doing customer service. In prison right now, they're learning how to be firefighters. They're learning all of these skills that they're going to need on the outside. You're getting skilled laborers in prison right now. People that, the reason why there are less jobs in America right now, people talk about America taking jobs to China. The biggest thing is jobs getting imported to the prison system. They was paying your ass $95,000 a year to do it. Now they paying a prisoner
That's not 100,000.
50 cents an hour to do it. All Kraig is saying, those same jobs that they're doing right now, after they've been doing those jobs for 10 years, have a little bit of something. Now they got money and
Okay.
skill.
How much was the
And
PPP
most
loan?
people, what they hit on right, 7 out of 10, gonna do something with it.
It
3 out of
depends.
10 gonna fuck it off.
Todd ain't,
How much was it?
Todd ain't had his
Where we
dialysis
getting these
today.
How much is the PPP loan? What? 80,000. What? How much is the PPP loan?
Depending on
It depends on who it
depending on
is.
how you got the government from.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you can get one for, let's just say a ballpark 50 grand, right?
Well, go ahead, Todd, go ahead.
On the low end, 50 grand, maybe 100 grand. And niggas who didn't have what it was said that they did, so that they can get it, because it's a way to get to that money.
You want to check your blood
So
sugar?
then once you, Blaze don't want his 100 grand, but
The way to get to that
Shout
money.
out to
The
you
way
brothers
to get to
outside-
that
outside
money-
of prison,
the way to get
man.
to that
Most of
money-
y'all doing the right
Oh,
thing.
He's talking.
the way to get to that money, right? Niggas said, all right, well, all I gotta do is I gotta say I got a business, I can get that PPP loan. Niggas gonna say all I gotta do is commit a crime.
Todd, did
Then
you
I
ever-
get 100 grand.
Did you ever break a bone or injure yourself growing up?
I didn't break no bone, no.
Oh,
You never had any type of injury?
Not to go to the hospital, no.
Okay. No injury, not one injury.
Basketball, you ain't never.
I hurt my knee and shit, but I didn't go to
You
the
hurt your
hospital.
knee?
Yeah,
But
We ain't playing no
before you went to the
basketball.
military.
yeah.
And when they asked you if you was injured, what did you say?
What, to the
If they
military?
asked you if you ever been injured, would you tell them? You said no, because you wouldn't have been admitted.
Exactly.
So
I had to get the
what fuck are
bag.
you
So I
talking
did everything I
about?
had to do to get the bag.
But you're a bad person to get the money, right?
No, I never
And
said
you
that people are
went-
bad. These people are smart.
No.
But the crime is still going to go
He
up.
never said that.
That's
What
what I'm
he told
saying.
me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying hustling.
He's saying that people are gonna commit crimes to
Just
get
to
the
get
money.
money. That's it.
You committed a crime to join the military.
Okay.
You withheld important information.
Yeah, get
for
the
the
bag.
money. So what's wrong with it?
I'm saying people will do just what I did.
So what's wrong with it?
Nothing.
Okay, so why can't these niggas get money if
They
nothing's wrong with
can.
it?
I'm just saying that the crime is not going to go down. More people are going to try to get the money.
Okay, so
It's going to be more niggas doing what he did. Pretty much. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
That's
PPP loan like a
you
motherfucker.
said-
You're proving his point.
you said niggas who have shit are more likely to commit crimes.
I'm
When
saying
they have
if you have
something.
this system in
I've
Craig
never-
land, all you got to do is commit a crime.
Go back.
I got money, but I'm gonna beat this bitch ass.
No.
All I'm saying, I can do that.
Prove his point.
I didn't prove his
You're
point.
proving my point.
How?
In Craigville, where if you commit a
not
crime,
Craigville.
Oh, it's America. All right, New America. You commit a crime, you get $100,000 off the
You're-
top,
but-
regardless,
Well, why do you get 100,000?
because you did the crime.
No, because it's a system
is
failure.
broken. We get it.
The system is not getting penalized for
right.
fucking up.
Got it.
Fine,
So
right.
I go in a spot, pistol whip a motherfucker, give him $100,000 in 10 years, right?
Why'd you pistol whip him?
Because I want $100,000
No. Why'd you pistol whip him?
so that I can get $100,000. I
You
can't
wouldn't get it for violent crime.
Because if that was the case,
You wanted to
That
you
nigga
pistol
don't
whipped
want
him.
to get the government. Is
I-
anything the government's fault?
I see-
Why
I
do you
see-
have the gun?
I see the problem.
Why don't you have
I see-
money?
I see-
Okay.
Why are you robbing
All right. The
somebody?
system got me out there, and I said, you know what? I'm in the system, fucked up in the system. Bam, pistol whip the nigga, $100,000, right?
Go ahead, there you go.
Then 10 years later, I get
Right.
my $100,000. I'm about to get some business and do some blade shit, get some cars and shit. I fuck off some of my money.
It's just you.
Most of it.
Most of my money. It's fucked off. I didn't do it right. Let me go get another $100,000. I know a way to
But
get
what's gonna happen
$100,000.
if you commit the crime?
I'm getting $100,000.
No, you're gonna be like, man, I did that.
Hell yeah.
That's
I
what
need
I'm-
enough.
that's-
Run me my lunch tickets.
So what I'm saying is, if you take the
that'll make sense.
embarrassment veil off of failure, then it puts people in a position to be more accountable for their fuck ups. Right now, there is no reason to be a good person.
if I
There
do
is
that-
no reason to be a good nigga in society.
If I do that, in 20 years, I'll have $200,000 in the bank, right? In
If
20
you survive-
in 20 years, a
Survive.
nigga that worked at the bank will have
wrong.
what?
If you do it twice, when you're 20 when you get out.
Okay.
So you got the $100,000. Say it takes you 10 years to spend it.
No, I'm not spending
No,
shit.
listen to what I'm telling you. You're 20. You do the crime. You get out at 30.
Right.
Okay.
$100,000 in the bank.
Okay, $100,000. How long is it gonna last you?
He's not.
Okay,
He's
okay,
going
a
back to
year.
jail. He's going back to jail.
I want to go back to jail.
Okay, but no. You don't want to go back to jail.
Yes, I
that
do.
bad.
Yes, we'll go
No, you
back to
don't.
jail.
I'm trying to,
Let me get my shit out.
you're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, because you're not letting me finish my
Go
shit.
ahead. Go ahead.
So a nigga gets out at 30. You
Right.
say he spends 100 in 1 year. So do you know a nigga that's gonna go back and do another 10 for $100,000?
Right.
Yes, I'm about to tell you.
No, you don't.
Somebody with no resources.
Lying like
telling-
a-
I'm
if
telling
that was
you.
the case,
I'm telling
niggas
you.
can do it right now.
You haven't
we
changed
gonna
the
hit
system.
something.
The system is still
This
broken.
is my-
Right.
So this is
So
my
now the nigga spent that money.
But the system is paying what it owes.
Right,
I
it's
have
not
to
broken
pay with
anymore.
my time.
Okay.
So you got to pay for failing me, America. You can't just fail me and
So
it's
he's
all
gonna
my
go-
fault.
So he's gonna go fail himself again and go get.
But it doesn't matter.
But
At least
Craig-
the system is doing what it's supposed to do, providing the opportunity
So look-
to do better.
Craig, me and Snaps we're outside. We're 18 years old, and I say, you know what? He said, I'm about to go work at Bank of America.
Or join the military.
No, he's going to Bank of America. They're going to pay him what?
No.
$16 an hour.
We do the military.
Join the military.
Yeah, we do that one.
All right, whatever.
Military or jail.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
do-
Military.
do his story with your voice.
Right, military or jail. I'm just saying, one person says, I'm going to go this route. And I picked the bank because I know how much they get paid, right? $15 an hour, right?
Right.
You get $15 an hour. In 20 years, how much money is he going to have?
Not 200,000.
No, it's not gonna be close. He probably have a motherfucking 100,000, maybe. Not even that, right?
But
80,
that's
80 grand.
That's
I'm
saying
going to
that
have
that's all he is.
$200,000.
But you're gonna be in prison,
In
for
prison.
most of the
You're
time.
saying snaps
Eat
won't
that
meet.
time is what
You're
you're
saying
That's what I'm saying. They're ready to eat the
Time is
time.
nothing.
Yeah,
Just
but
eat
but
that
you
time.
but you're saying that snaps
But he-
won't meet a
he-
beautiful
the nigga
woman.
is-
She won't make money. He won't build a family.
That's
he
his
won't
plan.
be-
That's what he wants to do.
He
I
don't
don't
have
want
a
to do
family.
that.
The system failed him already. He doesn't have a family. He don't have any siblings. I don't have parents.
What is
Broken
there?
household. I mean,
Yeah, I don't-
Okay, so you know what we are supposed to get when we fail. Obviously, us being citizens, we don't deserve no help from
No,
the
no,
government.
nobody said that.
We don't, no, okay. But when we fuck up, we just go to jail and get nothing. So
no,
what is the government? How do they pay when they fail you? How are they supposed to pay their debt to you?
I don't know.
But why
I'm not arguing that point with you.
As a
That's
black
the
man,
only-
you should-
that's the
no,
only
as a
port-
black man, he should be getting reparations.
This starts from a system failure.
That should be the only point that you
that's
do
a
argue.
better start than
Yeah, system
sending
failure.
that nigga to jail to give him some money. Like,
But what
how
I'm
about
saying,
some
if you
reparations would be better
fail
than-
me, if I cheat on my wife and I fail my wife,
But
when we go to court, there are certain punitive damages that come with not. Well, I'm
Right.
contractually a U.S. citizen.
If you
Hold
cheat on your wife,
I'm contractually a U.S. citizen.
right? And if you cheat,
There's a contract called a birth certificate and a social security card that are contracts that bind me to being an American citizen. It is a legal disposition.
Right.
So if I fail in the contract or any contract with anybody that I'm in contract with, there are certain penalties that come with that.
yes.
Todd don't know
So
about
how
those.
is the government allowed to penalize us, but we can't penalize it?
Okay,
I'm
well,
agreeing with you, bro.
Vote then.
I'm agreeing with your what you're saying.
Vote, nigga.
I'm just saying the system of paying somebody to do a crime will not decrease the crime.
He's not saying paying you for doing the crime.
How you gonna get the money?
He's
Fuck
saying
everything.
balancing
How
out
do you
the.
get the money?
Fuck everything that's ever.
How do you get the money?
Listen, if you give me
get
some money and I give you goods right now, you know, you're not paying me. We're exchanging. It's a fair
Okay,
exchange.
it's a fair exchange.
Right now, the way the system going is not a fair exchange. They fail us. Nothing
No, it's
happens
not.
to
You're
them.
right, it's not.
We fail them.
We
booked.
And it don't just
So it's not
affect
fair.
us, it affects our whole family.
Right.
You don't think you'd be a family hero? These niggas, if you were a nigga who been fucking up and you like, you know what, this nigga ain't got shit going on.
Uncle
Yo,
Jimmy.
why don't you just go to jail and get us $100 grand?
The
What's
question.
wrong with that?
The question.
Nothing. Niggas is
You
gonna
gotta
do that.
the
That's what I'm
time
saying.
first.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
You're not.
You'll go from the family fuck up to the family hero in 40 years, nigga.
I
Saying
think.
that there's going to
I
be
think
people
the.
who are going to do
Uncle Jimmy
crime
out here.
to
Hey,
get the money.
I think the question now is.
That's all I'm saying.
Todd.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
No,
But
no,
niggas
no.
are already doing it.
Right.
Yes.
But you're not benefiting from it.
Right. So if
Oh,
they
you're
start
talking
to
about the jail aspect. You're not talking about the
You're not benefiting from it, bro.
right
At all.
and niggas are doing it now and not benefiting from it.
Right.
So you
Niggas
think
are
if they
going
benefit
back
from it,
to
they're
jail
gonna stop
because
doing
they
it?
have nothing. That's why niggas are going back to jail.
You don't think that?
I think the question
that them
is-
having more resources like before going to jail, like that shouldn't be.
I think it would be
that
too.
That would probably be better than just say, okay, well, if you do a crime and you say you did it, we'll give you $100,000. Like,
But
I just don't see how that deters anybody.
right,
from going to
right.
jail.
I just think it's very manipulative to attach, you know, a certain type of thinking to right or wrong. Everybody makes mistakes. To mistakes.
Nobody's saying anybody's right
Everybody
or wrong.
makes mistakes.
I'm saying everybody's right.
You said who?
I'm saying you're right. You're right to be a criminal and say, you know what?
I'm
want
gonna go get that bag.
I'm gonna get the money. I'm doing it for the money. I'm doing it for my family. I was with this girl. I fucked around and murdered her, and now I feel bad for the family. Just keep committing crime.
So
can't
you
be
so
a
you would
criminal.
do
But
it.
But you're not
You're
asking
doing your
yourself
family?
enough questions, bro. Well, how do you have to? Where'd the gun come from?
Guatemala. Who gives a shit?
No.
No,
That's
no.
important.
You have to give a shit.
That's important.
You have to give a shit.
Well, okay, I'm mental. Okay, that's another system failure. I am mentally
Retarded.
sick.
Boy,
Why?
boy, sick.
Why?
Because you've been in a position where you were in a space where you were in a nurturing
I'm
space.
mentally ill, and the system isn't providing me the help I need to be a better thinker.
I
or
think
be
we're
sane.
arguing the same
But
thing,
do they
Craig.
have to? Like, I mean, even
We're
if
arguing the same
Yeah.
thing,
They
Craig.
have to.
by contract agreement, yes. But I mean, if we not
What do you
tripping,
mean, but?
they can't. If we're not tripping, they're not gonna.
They don't care if
adjust.
we tripping.
What do you mean?
They don't. We are tripping.
You're not, I mean,
Are you
again,
tripping? You
no,
got
again, if,
you
if
got your
we're- if-
reparations?
Again, if we're not as a whole really pushing the issue, ain't shit gonna change because we can't change it.
Well, I'm tripping. I'm on my issue for the record. I'm tripping.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you should.
You should.
You should.
Oh, look, everybody. I
Somebody
see
give
what
me mine.
everybody's all saying. Thing. The only divergence is when Todd says crime will go up. When everything that's ever been studied said crime always goes down. People
You're
are-
looking at crime as a
That's
bad
the only
thing.
thing. That's the only thing where people.
You're looking at crime as a bad thing, Duane. I'm saying it's an opportunity for us to come up as a
What's happening is
people.
Headband Todd is saying
That's
one
all I'm
thing,
saying.
And everything else is
What else
in,
you gonna
in
do?
political
Be a barber?
science, a whole study of school says a whole something
Fuck being an
totally different.
electrician.
So would you take that crime? Would you commit that?
No, I
crime
would
for
talk
them?
other people into doing it.
So then you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a great idea.
Okay, so right now in life, you could rob a bank. There's a lot of things that you can talk people into committing right now. How many people have you talked into commit a crime today?
None.
That's what
probably,
Your
depending
Honor.
on who's watching this. And this.
Nigga, you were talked into
Arrest
committing
my
a
case.
crime for less than $100,000.
That's what I'm saying.
You
So
joined the
imagine if it was for
military
100,000.
For 30 grand.
Right.
You
Right.
joined the military for 30
For
grand.
30, and
Yeah,
like,
right.
that's-
That was
that's-
30 grand.
that's a
What would I
first.
do for 100 grand?
You would do better.
I would do more. I would do more.
100 grand.
I'd do more.
Nigga, you
I'd do more.
30 grand.
30,
Yeah.
That's,
So for 100.
And you went over
So
and
times
fought
that by
some
3
Iraqis.
and then add 10.
that's a Toyota Camry.
No, no, because it was only 30 grand. Hey, but you know what? But you know what? When you do, you get hazardous pay. You get all that, right? So for that money, you go over there and you do that. You say, oh, this is a great idea.
But niggas go to the military and go to jail. They get court-martialed and they go to the fucking right.
Dishonorable
And so-
discharges.
Jail is free room and board for 10 years. You ain't got to pay no rent.
Right. As long as
You don't want to go to military jail.
as long as you ain't getting
It's
stabbed
not
in
free
jail
moving
or
forward. You gotta
whatever.
work your ass off.
No real hoods or whatever, but let's just say
You
there's a
doing-
blood nigga out there somewhere that can fucking come up for the family by just doing crimes and getting his 100,000.
And not being there for them.
Fuck being an electrician. Don't go to school. Do the crimes, bro.
Hey, Ty,
Why are you doing the
Ty, I
crime?
got a question.
That's true right now, though.
How's the family going to eat in those 10 years that he's locked up?
Right.
How are they going to survive those 10
I
years?
don't know. But
Yeah,
after that,
yeah.
they're gonna be
You
on.
got your whole scenario.
After that, they're gonna be
think
on.
that far.
This
You
nigga's
said-
18.
No, you said the man's doing it for his family, right?
I've been talking with my nephews in the Ayo,
They
man.
feed his family.
They got to go get that loan. They got
Hey.
that 100 coming.
Wake that nigga up off the couch. Hey, man, time to kick in, nigga. You've been sleeping till 3 o'clock around this motherfucker. Get up.
Next 10 years.
It's time to.
Hey, Duane, we talking about a motherfucker joined the military
Yep.
for a Toyota Camry.
Never had a camera.
A Toyota Camry,
Or
man, 30
Ford.
grand.
Look. Wait,
I'm done with it.
I'll be the woke my nephew up off the couch, nigga. Get up, nigga. It's time to kick in for the family,
I'm doing it
nigga.
for my family, but I can't provide for them for 10 whole years.
No, you get your family members.
Exactly. So he's going to commit
Somebody
the crime.
doing it for the family.
Yeah, but then after that 10 years, he going to come home. Gonna give 100 grand to
How they
him.
going to make it to 10 years, though?
They're gonna make it.
Yeah, they're gonna make it.
when
They're gonna make it.
When he
They-
get out,
Pray hard.
Y'all love church, huh? I bet y'all, Jesus is going to do it, huh?
And when he come home,
Otto.
he gonna get him the 100 grand.
Jesus just going to let them make it
He
for
gonna
10
commit
years, huh?
another crime, and he
You
gonna
think
take
so?
it
I'll tell you what I do.
Otto look like an example
look.
of what happens when a nigga don't make it.
Ain't nothing worse than having, nothing worse than having plans. Ain't nothing worse than having plans and not having no money to execute it.
Right.
You guys.
So you got niggas in jail right now who are really, they got plans.
They playing heavy.
And they get out in 2 weeks out, they like, nigga, how the fuck I'm gonna do this?
Yeah.
And all they know is
And what it
pistol
right?
pull and give me your shit.
Exactly. Ching.
Okay, what if the nigga didn't have to do that? What if the nigga got out, he wanted to start a dry cleaning business,
Okay.
and he had $100K waiting on him.
Right. And then he get tired of folding shirts and shit like
And he had
that.
10 years to think about, look,
10 years of reading books.
In
Niggas
Egypt,
get a lot of books in
nigga,
jail.
Exactly.
in Egypt, college was 40 years or 20 years?
What?
In Egypt.
And they did it?
40?
40 years.
People did the 40 years of college in Egypt?
Yes.
And they came out and what happened?
Geniuses.
Okay, so if
They
I
came out building
Right.
They came out for money.
pyramids
Right.
and doing surgeries
Right.
and going in and
society
out.
pays for all
and then in my
these.
40 years I come out 400 grand richer.
Okay.
I'll be ready to rock and roll too.
No, you'll be 80. To see that 100 grand, to see that 400 grand, you'll be 80. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna have to do
But,
time.
but he's gonna get in increments. Though.
No,
He'll
get
get
him every
four.
Yeah, he won't be.
Yeah.
Four disbursements.
But what I'm saying,
Yeah.
60.
He might be
If
selling
you
for
go-
60. So
Look,
You ain't taxing my money though,
Okay, my
nigga.
bad,
We
you'll
ain't
be
doing
60.
that.
You'll be 60.
Yeah.
You'll be 60.
60.
You're not doing 60 years for 400 grand. You're not doing it.
Okay, fuck it. Do 50. I'll be 50.
No.
I'll be 40. I'll be 30. I'll be 30 years old.
They done broke it
If
down
I
in
was
10 years.
30,
I'll do
if you
10.
was 30 years old with 300,000, would you
That
be
means
on?
You'll be 70.
Would you be on?
That means you'd be 70.
No. Start. No. What are you
If
talking
you're
about?
if you're
Start from
30,
18.
you wouldn't have it if you
Start
started
from
from
18.
18. You wouldn't have it. You said to have how much?
300,000.
You wouldn't be able to get it until you were 48.
He get
Be-
100 at 28. He get another 100.
You have to
Okay,
do
so 48.
10 to get to
Right.
100.
So at 48, you got $300,000. You ready to start doing shit? You can buy some cameras and
Nobody's
shit.
doing 30 years for
$300,000.
You crazy?
But you get the 3
A nigga
increments
might
though.
do
What
that
is he
one.
talking about?
For nothing.
I don't know what
You get it. You get it.
Pull up a jail list.
I know niggas have been in jail for 30 years.
They got nothing.
Because
No,
they
but
don't
he's
have
getting-
That's what I'm
resources.
saying. If they do
But-
it for
but
nothing,
we're
then
not
they
They
don't
don't
have
have resources.
part though.
No, we're not.
You got to do the 10
Yes.
to get to 100.
Right.
So you're not.
The resources still the same.
So
what
bam.
part are we changing?
No,
You just gave a nigga some money.
Yeah, that's resources.
That money's gonna be
Money's
gone.
Tyler's
resources.
not thinking about this correctly.
is.
No, listen,
Can I say
you
something?
gotta do 10 to get to
Right.
100.
After
So
10.
that means to get to 2, you gotta do 20.
Right.
To get to 3, you gotta do 30.
Okay.
You're not gonna get 30, then they give it to you up front. You gotta bring the time,
Right.
and then they bring the money.
Right.
Okay, so
So
we'll do another crime, come
no
back.
Yeah.
nigga is going to do
30 years.
They will.
It's niggas that do 30 years all the time. It's jail full of niggas doing 30 years.
On their third term.
Who had 100 waiting on them?
No, if they had 100 waiting on them, it'd probably be more.
They'll be more
Why are
consistent.
niggas-
They'll
why
be a
are
lot more
niggas-
Had
consistent.
100 coming from the jail, they probably be.
Yeah.
This nigga-
I'm
this-
going back to the bag. What is what I'm talking about?
You're not, nigga.
It's
You're
nigga-
not. You've never been to the pen. You're
Never.
not
No,
going
never.
back.
This nigga sitting in jail right
Trust me,
now.
you're not.
If niggas was sitting in the jail right now,
So-
would give up their 300,000 to hit the street and be broke again.
So why don't
nigga.
y'all explain to
What
me
are you
why
talking
niggas go
about?
back to jail then?
say that.
What the fuck? Why do niggas go back to
They have
jail?
no resources.
That's why they go
changing the
back to jail.
That's not true.
We are. We give them
Money
100 grand.
resources.
That's not always true.
Money's
Give
resources.
them money.
Right.
Give them
Got
money.
resources. Niggas
Then
still
what?
like commit crimes. It's a
what?
lifestyle.
That's a fact.
Y'all niggas.
Niggas do
wow.
commit crimes.
100,000 to start a business ain't gonna do shit.
Billionaires.
But let me ask you
Niggas
this,
have nothing.
But
and
the
they're
nigga
going
just said
back.
300,000 for
think
30
those
years of his
niggas-
life is okay.
You don't think it's niggas that's more
100,000 ain't
You
shit.
don't think it's niggas that's been in jail so long that they so comfortable there? You don't think that it's niggas that's been in jail so long that they feel more comfortable inside?
Of
the
course.
jail?
Of course.
Fact.
So that nigga's going back
So why-
for
that's
sure.
what I'm saying. So why-
Why did he go in the first place?
The reason that a place like that is comfortable for him is
right.
because his opportunities outside with shit.
Niggas have
Yes.
That's why it's comfortable.
Well, what's the best opportunity he
If
gonna
he
have?
had 100 grand before he went in there, he'd never
would
want to
never
see
have
that
it.
fucking
That ain't
place.
even
Yep.
true either. That's not true either.
That is true.
That's
That's
a better.
not true.
So that's a better.
That's not
That's a
true.
better thing.
'Cause
No,
I can
he's
te-
he's
I-
right.
no, but I can
if he
testify.
had 100 before he went, he probably yes, I get that. That's different than
But
giving
that-
a nigga and say giving a convict and some money. Hey, here's 100,000, man. Like go build your business.
That
Go do whatever.
that
The system
incentive-
is still the same.
That incentive already exists.
That system that failed him in the first place is still there when he got out.
Right.
No,
Right?
if the system gave him 100 grand before he went,
That's
it
not
wouldn't be
failing.
failing him.
System
Right.
It's failing him because he has no resources
For the
not to
get-
go to jail.
Right.
No, it still failed him.
No.
What I'm saying is, if the system gives you 100 before, you failed yourself.
Right.
If it gives you 100 after, it's because it failed you.
Even
So
if
then
they
what
get-
happens
So,
after? this?
so
Like,
if
now
it
that you got
happens
the
after,
100,
you failed
Now
yourself.
that you got the 100, and then you ran through that and you go back.
failed
now,
yourself.
You failed yourself.
Then
the
what?
system is still
No,
failing
no,
me,
the
nigga.
system is
You
failing
failed
me by
yourself.
not
What does
giving
he
the
do after that?
opportunity.
What
Right.
does he
Now
do
that
after
you
that?
got the opportunity, you're supposed to make
You
the
failed
magic.
yourself.
Yeah.
Your shirt's business went under.
Yeah.
Then what?
Recession.
What do you
What do
do?
you mean?
What happens next? What do you do?
Who knows?
You do.
I know.
No, you don't.
Hit another lick. Get back on your feet, my nigga.
10 years.
Head up, chest out. Nigga, get back out there.
You have a bit. No, you file bankruptcy and start another business.
Right. How about for you to get the
There's a lot of men. There's a lot of men who in prison.
Nigga, I'm not talking about idiots.
right?
I'm
I'm
not
talking
either.
about logical, sound niggas who
That's what I'm
come
talking
from
about.
7 out of 10.
nothing.
That's what I'm
7
talking
out
about.
of 10.
Who have
7 out of 10 is what you talking
You,
about.
I'm
Yes.
talking about 7 out of 10
That's
niggas.
what I'm talking about too.
No, you're not.
Hey, now,
You talking about
the exception.
imbeciles.
I'm talking about somebody trying to build an empire.
You're acting like crime is not a system failure.
No, I'm not. I never
Yes,
said
you
that.
are.
I'm saying niggas that be trying to build empires off of just going to
How?
jail.
How you gonna build
that
an empire?
Because you get 100,000 every time you go.
After you bring the time.
Exactly.
How much money do you think we'll make if we were in a business? All of
These
us
niggas
right
say,
here.
they gonna
And we
like,
say,
fuck my
yo,
kids.
every
My
10
kids
years,
ain't
one
gonna
of us
be
got to
able
go to
eat for
jail.
10 years.
So we all do 10 years at the same time,
No.
at the same
You can-
age.
No, we
You-
can spread
you
it out.
77.
We'll rotate it. Rotate it.
We,
Rotate. Yeah. You rotate it. Do you know? Would you like to count how many hundreds of thousands will be coming back to our little small black-owned business?
And then,
Hey.
and
You
then once
don't get it till you bring the time.
that's what he's.
That's what you're losing out on that fact.
You act like niggas ain't been in jail for 20 years before.
That's why
or
this
10
is-
years.
That's why this is imbecile shit, because what motherfucker has spent 30 years trying to deviate some bullshit instead of spending 30 years trying to really, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's comfortable. Ain't got to worry about nothing.
What?
And
Who the fuck is comfortable in prison?
A lot of motherfuckers is comfortable
Oh,
in prison.
Otto's a very.
I was the only person.
But why were they in prison in the first place?
Because the system.
The system, right?
We
Yes,
agree on that.
we agree on that.
Your way of thinking.
I agree on that.
What is the system's? What is their fault? How? Like if they? What is their fault? What do
What's the
what they owe
system's
you?
fault?
Right. What is their fault?
No, I don't know.
I
what
never
their
thought
fault
about
is.
that.
All I'm
You
saying
sure
is
know our faults.
No, no,
Yeah,
I'm not
he
saying
know.
He know we fucked up and we be committing crimes.
it's not because you're a fuck up. It's because you're
written for us.
I'm saying it's not because you're a fuck up that you'll be going to jail or because you're an idiot or because you're a bad person. I'm saying because you're a businessman, you'll be going to jail.
But that's not good business. What are you talking
business
about?
ain't good business. You agree with every business that's out here?
That means you're not a businessman.
You're not a businessman if
Y'all
you're
niggas
not
is
good
crazy.
business.
What?
You're not thinking about how your children gonna eat for 10 years.
Oh, I did think about it because for the next 30 years, I'm bringing $100 grand in this motherfucker.
Yes. By the time my
But
son
what about
30,
when
he
rent
got
is due
100
next month?
Yeah.
Hey, Baton, but what about when
I'll
rent
be
is due
having
next
kids
month?
just to send them niggas to jail.
People think like this. That's why I'm like, I don't get what you're talking about. Someone's gonna look at that like, you know what? Damn.
The exception.
I'll have 8
I was gonna do
sons.
this shit anyway.
Right.
3 I only really like. The other 5 are going to jail 10 years at a time to bring money into the family.
I'm not.
This nigga's wild.
Serious.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree.
He's dead
I'm just
serious.
saying.
What's the other
So
topic,
if your daughter starve in your house, it's your fault.
It's my fault, yes.
Okay. So what happens if your daughter starves in your house? What does the system do to you if your daughter starves in your house?
They take her away, or she'd be dead if she starved to death. But yeah, I go to jail.
Both.
Yeah,
You got to pay.
right. But do you think that if
You got to pay.
do you think that if there was this system that was out there that says if you let your kids starve to death, we'll give you $100,000.
Niggas are starving.
Niggas will let more kids starve to death to get the $100,000.
They're letting more niggas starve to death. Niggas are starving and it hasn't stopped.
That's the reason crime is what it is in the first
Because
place.
niggas have
are
no
starving.
opportunities.
Where are these empty
got wind.
jails that you guys?
What empty jails? They full, motherfucker.
Right.
Of
Full of-
starving niggas.
They're full of motherfuckers who came up with a plan like, oh, you know,
No,
I'm gonna do
no.
this.
Ain't no came up with a plan.
It is what? Licks like a motherfucker.
Nigga, we said prison, not college, motherfucker. What are you all these planners in prison?
Do you think there's only 300 people in jail? There's thousands of motherfuckers in jail. All
Why-
over
And
the
they all,
motherfucking.
they all planners, huh? They all planned.
They all
something.
planned some shit and they didn't go right. Clearly, right?
No. It's not clear.
I'm not talking about wrongful imprisonment and shit like that. I'm talking about niggas who are career drug dealers or shit like that, or white collar crimes. What about that?
Niggas is just living, Todd.
DUIs.
Niggas is just
All
living.
about drinking and driving.
Had they not choked George Floyd out, and it took him to jail, right?
Okay.
What was you gonna say about that?
Nothing. It has nothing to
He
do
was
with this
living
system
wrong,
of.
he was
No, I'm not talking about
But
nobody
at
being
least in
right
that
or
case,
wrong.
the family could sue. See, a nigga got to be dead
right
to get resources.
Right.
Look, instead of choking George Floyd to death, they just gave him 100
right.
and
Right.
10 other niggas 100 that was getting in trouble. It probably wouldn't be no police. We wouldn't even need police, nigga.
Right.
We wouldn't even need
talking about
jails.
before.
Well, if George Floyd had resources before, he had to die
Right.
for his family.
Right.
Do you think people misuse their resources a lot?
It don't matter.
I'm saying like
That's-
because we
That
do
do
have
kind of matter, Kraig.
you can people can function
how-
on minimal resources and you,
It do kind of matter.
But
people
the
compare
reason
themselves to other people who got a lot more stuff and feel
but
like
the reason people don't do well with their resources is because we've been down so long. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason that Dozie said if somebody got 100 grand right now, it'd be gone in a month, a few months, a year. Because a motherfucker been fucked up so long, never having that kind of money, not having the knowledge of what to do
It
with
sounds
that.
like a lot, right?
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah,
100,000 will not last you long.
Yeah.
But most of these niggas are committing
Unless you
$1,000
have a plan to do something,
crimes.
which is-
Right.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
They risking it for $1,000.
How many millionaires are robbing or holding niggas at gunpoint for hundreds of dollars?
No, but you're talking about people
But
committing
what I'm saying
crimes
is
for
how
$1,000.
you understand what I'm saying? Like
at some point is it the community's responsibility rather than the system.
What community?
fuck that.
Other people.
We
How in the
voted.
community they work?
Right.
They're, the community.
I get what
No,
you're
I'm
trying to
saying,
say.
I'm saving our kids. I'm saying like, okay, like we can't keep blaming. We know the system's already fucked, right? Us as an adults, we know the system's already fucked, but I'm not going to allow my child to continue to be a
But
victim to the
what can
system
you
or somebody else's child who I don't know. I'm going to take initiative and take the knowledge I know and do something versus just
complaining about Bush League. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not either or. You do that every day, but you can't beat the system. I spent 15 years in South Central LA working with these kids every day. 8-year-old kids who had to, after school, sell socks and candy to pay for their own underwear. What's that kid gonna do when he turns 13? He ain't gonna keep selling socks and candy. He gonna start selling something else because the system failed his motherfucking ass, like they failed his children. So what we're dealing with, when we're dealing with an economy, we're dealing with a society, you're dealing with individuals who are reacting to the system that they're within. You always have to point towards the system.
Did he lose his parents or something?
No, the parents were alive. The father was in prison over a drug crime, not a violent crime, a crime of drugs. And the mother was on the welfare, and she was doing whatever she did. So this child had to basically raise himself.
Okay.
So these are real life things that go on, and these children have to make decisions, and they got to take chances sometimes.
Right.
And if they
Can
take
I
a
ask
chance,
this question?
Otto,
you end up
why
in
do
a
you
situation.
why do
But
y'all
these are
have so
people-
many questions for them kids, but y'all don't got no questions for the government, for the real parents?
No.
Thank you,
We
Blake.
know that.
Why do y'all want to know?
Why you
Well,
accept
was
it?
this kid doing this? Was the kid
No,
doing
I'm
that?
not saying nothing about no
Why we
kid
not
doing
talking
nothing.
about why the
I'm
kid
just
was in
asking
that
the government-
situation?
I'm
I
just
can't
asking this.
control the
The
government.
government is not a body of people.
Yeah,
The
you
government
can.
is
I
a
can control my
system
children.
that
I'm not-
everyone agrees
government
upon.
is as
It
good
ain't
as
something
everybody
that
don't
Everybody don't
a
agree on
person-
that though.
I'm not talking about kids or
government-
nothing like that, but like Kraig, like this. There's all kind of people in a family, right? So do you think that if in your family you pick 10 random people and they said if we do these crimes, we're going to get this $100,000, can you guarantee that all of those 10 people are not going to commit
It's
another
already
crime?
happening.
They'll be like, yo, let me get another bag, right?
It's already happening.
Right
So-
now,
It's
you
already
can go rob. Motherfuckers can go rob a bank or
We're saying
something
the
right
same
now.
thing, right?
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
This is not the majority of people.
But he doesn't. It's not the same thing.
No one's saying
nobody-
majority. We're just
All
saying
Why
it's
are they
going to-
did say
committing
majority.
crime?
Because the government failed them. The system failed them, yes.
So you can't keep bringing these other scenarios into play. How do we hold the government accountable for niggas having to commit crimes?
That's a
to
different
survive?
question.
That's
I'm
different.
just saying,
Different question.
all I'm saying
I
is don't
answered
give them
the question,
100,000.
I answered the question, and you keep trying to say
answered- wait,
that
so-
the system can hold me accountable, but I can't hold it accountable.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, well, what are you saying?
All I'm saying is
saying
if you give $100,000 for committing a crime, people will commit more crimes just chasing the $100,000
There are going to
bag.
be
There's
people
going to
to
be
get
some
that
people
bag.
that do that.
But that's
There are
it,
going to be people to get that bag.
Okay, so
That's what I'm saying.
Damn all the
where does
studies.
the system have accountability, nigga? You keep talking about, niggas gonna do. What does the system have to do?
The system
I don't
has
know.
to provide.
Well, how the fuck
They
you know
got-
what I'm supposed to do? You
Right.
don't know what the system
I don't
supposed
know
to
what
do.
you're supposed to do. I'm just telling you
well,
that
it's-
that
it's
$100,000.
retarded.
No, you already you said what we was gonna do.
Substitute parents. If
Substitute
That's
parents.
basically what, and they tried to do it with foster
They got
system.
foster care. The shit
Right.
don't work.
I know,
They
I
retarded.
know
Right.
it don't work, but they need to provide a better way of providing substitute quality parents. That's it.
If
That's all you can do.
If they allow the original parents, motherfucker, to have
have
resources,
resources.
No,
you
what
wouldn't
do you
need a
mean
goddamn
Right.
substitute.
Thank you, Blade.
The fuck are we talking
Blade.
about?
There's
Man,
no-
There's
Todd said niggas finna be committing all these extra crime. You talking about giving extra parents?
Niggas still
When are
have-
you motherfuckers?
because niggas,
When
I'm
are you
saying,
motherfuckers?
I'm saying niggas can.
Yeah.
Niggas
Me
have-
and Dozie are saying that.
You're acting
just
like
me.
people with resources don't commit crimes. There's people with resources
They
that commit
generally don't.
crimes.
Exactly.
Well, they
People
failed
with resources
them.
don't
Well,
do
then
it.
that means they failed themselves.
Right.
Right.
That's
This
a
is what
difference.
I'm saying. Nigga, crime is gonna happen.
Right.
But we wanna. It would be a better society if it was more conducive to niggas saying I did it.
Right.
It ain't conducive to that. You feel what I'm saying? We think that our system has failed in the way that we deal with the citizens,
It's-
where we do not incentivize motherfuckers being good people.
Right. Giving positive
You feel what I'm
reinforcement.
saying? It's like,
positive
okay, if I
reinforcement to do the right
commit a
thing.
mistake, I deserve get back as a citizen.
Right. Of course.
Why don't I deserve get back?
She get a certificate.
Nobody's saying that.
But no,
should get-
but
they should
you're
give out
saying that we
certificates.
don't because
I
you're
didn't say
saying
that.
No,
you don't.
know, because you keep saying that. Oh, well, people a system failure. What if people take advantage of the system failure?
No.
So the fuck what?
I'm saying you said that crime is going to go down if you do this.
No,
I'm saying it's not
you
going to go
said
down.
that. I said it would incentivize people to say I did it. Hey, I did it.
And I'm saying, yes, they will. Give me my
Okay.
$100,000. I did
will
it.
save the
And about to
force a
do
lot
it
of money.
again in 10 years,
nigga,
nigga.
you're not walking time down like that, bro.
Not
You
me,
get
but
one
there's
life.
niggas out there that's going to do it.
Yeah, but you keep if you got to do
Niggas
kids
are going to, nigga went to jail for an Averex jacket.
bro, but because he had no resources.
So
Did he read the jacket though?
The system
It's
is
got to
so
start
broken.
with the system. No
Yes.
matter what you say about a child being bad, unless he's retarded, it has to start with the parents.
Okay.
You can't
We
skip
agree with
that.
We
nigga.
agree with that.
agree with
I'm
that
just
part.
saying that if you give them $100,000, somebody's gonna try to take advantage
You
of
failed
that
yourself.
system.
Not somebody, a lot of people.
A lot of
And
people.
you failed
That's
yourself.
gonna be a hustle.
But you failed yourself. Right now, if you fail yourself, there's consequences. Everybody can make money off that except you. If the system fails you, the system just gets off scot-free.
Can I ask you a
And they
question?
make a whole lot of money too.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So, let's say we're gonna have let's say someone like myself. I'm not in any criminal activity or nothing like that. But I am a fucking hustler though. Now I
Right.
get this fucking idea. Oh shit, I can go do this 10 years and get this. There's gonna be motherfuckers like that. That's what he's saying.
And
now,
that-
what
That's
I'm
not-
saying
that's
is,
not
hold
really-
on, hold
that's
on.
what I'm
I'm not
saying.
done.
That
I'm
ain't
not done.
likely,
I'm
though,
not done.
man. 'Cause you could do it right now, you ain't gonna do it.
Wait. But before that, because you're not because again, you're talking about the system.
Right.
I'm saying, like, yeah, the system is still there. What drove me to go do that dumb shit?
Right.
It's still there. So there's gonna be people who don't have nothing, who don't have that 100,000.
Right.
At the start.
They're gonna be thinking, shit. Well, they gave that nigga 100.
Let me just go get the
If I
100.
commit a crime at
That's what I'm
16,
saying.
I get an early
There's gonna
start.
be people who are going to think of doing the crime, who are going to do the crime simply because they didn't. Damn, there's still no help. You still ain't changed the system though.
But guess what?
Reward for going
The
to
system
prison.
is changed.
You rewarded it, if anything.
Yeah, you rewarded
That's
it.
how you changed it. You rewarded the crime. That's how you change the
You're
system.
changing the perception.
Fucking
Nigga,
perception.
it
Perception
is.
gonna make me no money.
Perception is everything.
I'm still here. I'm still broke.
Perception is everything. It's
So
a
now I wanna go and
I
get
know
it.
if I go catch his fade with this nigga, it's gonna bring me 10 years, but I got 100 coming.
Right.
I'm gonna be a more noble nigga.
I'm gonna
Right.
go start a fight.
Yeah.
No, you're
What are you
not.
talking about?
Knocking old ladies
If-
upside the head like a motherfucker.
If that was the case right now, y'all wouldn't be sitting here. Y'all would be somewhere robbing a bank right now. You
No.
why?
I'm not-
Why?
I'm
You
not-
get 100. You
Yeah.
get 100. You get more than 100 grand.
You
Go
can't.
Go
Hey,
hit.
no.
Go hit
Let me
that
say one
bank.
thing.
No.
You
Go
be
hit one.
You're completely not listening to
Let
me.
me
I
say
am,
one
but
thing.
everything
No,
is
you're not
starting from
listening.
the system. You can't let the system
I'm
off the
saying,
hook.
that's what I'm saying.
These
You
niggas
are though.
faking,
You're
man.
gonna give a nigga some money to do a
No.
crime.
Yes.
Let me-
You're
let
not
me-
fix-
That's
you're
what
not
you're
fixing
saying.
the
But that's
system.
not what it.
That's what you're saying.
Okay, so what if he doesn't do the crime? Then what?
Okay, look.
system.
Okay, so no one does the crime.
Fixing the system would mean we all start off with 100.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Now
different.
you talking.
You didn't
No,
say
it's
that.
To us now.
Because you niggas say that. No, that's not it.
So how you fixing it then?
I'm fixing it by saying, hey, I want to incentivize niggas being
Hey.
accountable for their actions. So if I do fuck up, it's not. I don't got to go run and hide and go on the run. We don't have to hire
Ain't no
police
hiding.
to track a nigga down. It's incentivized for me to be like, man, I'm a man. I did this.
Yeah, and give me my
Hey,
100
hey,
grand.
Charles,
So,
Charles,
Doe,
hey, Charles,
so
to your point.
let me ask you this,
Hey,
Doe.
Charles,
If they gave 100 grand off at the top, right?
We ain't doing that.
Would it be less crime or more crime?
I believe it'd be less crime.
So what's the difference if a nigga do 10 years to
Because
get
you
the
have
100
to
grand?
commit the crime to get the fucking 100.
Right.
But after
Right.
but listen after
Okay, so let's say everybody stop. No one does the crime, right?
but after it's
Why?
done,
Nobody still has 100,000.
You're taking the system
You haven't
failure
changed
out.
shit.
You're taking system
You
failure
ain't giving
out.
nobody no resources.
You're
Yes, you are $100.
yeah.
You can use
They
whatever.
go to jail. So no one does a crime.
no,
I gotta go to crime.
And
I
let
gotta
me,
go to jail to get
and let me
the
tell you something about what
But
y'all
why
saying.
are you going to
Hey,
jail?
hey,
Right.
Craig,
Todd
what
said
y'all
he gonna
saying?
stack it up
No,
3
no.
and 4
Yeah,
times.
hell yeah. I have a bucket of resources. What you want to knock her upside the head with?
Oh, no.
This what
I
Todd is
know
saying.
what Todd's saying.
Todd is saying people gonna go to look. If somebody says I'm going to sit down and spend 10 hard ass years in prison,
20, 30
and I'm going to leave my wife, my family, my kids, my cousins, my grandmama outside of prison. My family gonna die in jail. I'm gonna do that to get $100,000 in 10 years. That person deserves to get in jail.
Right.
Get them the fuck away from us. They
Okay.
win.
Retarded.
Yeah.
Everyone else,
That doesn't change.
That don't change.
everyone else, the 7 out of 10 is gonna
When I come back with that 100
100
grand, you'll forgive me.
7 out of 10 is gonna do what Kraig is saying.
Would you say,
Bro, you don't see it that it's a problem that they don't just give us 100 to start. You see,
That's not what you said, though.
No. I know what I said, but you're saying that if the resources don't trickle down, that it's my fault.
No.
Yes, you are.
All I'm saying is that if you give somebody $100,000 for committing a crime, a lot of people will look at that.
You're
as-
taking the system failure completely out. You keep acting like I'm just saying give a nigga 100 for committing a crime.
Just the flavor was still in
Yeah,
there.
you think that might be the equation. when you do that,
Todd said that it's going to incentivize crime. Dozie just said that it won't incentivize crime.
No. That's not what I said.
I said, if they gave you 100,
They
but,
said
beforehand, it would not incentivize
but that's
crime.
the same point.
If you're gonna give me money to do a crime,
But
that
that's-
Okay,
will
so-
incentivize
so-
crime.
I'm giving
So
you
how about
money.
this?
saying.
I'm giving.
And it happened.
So how about
It
this?
happened.
So I'll
During
give you
the
a
pandemic, they gave us money to. They they started giving money away. People started doing crimes to get the money.
So I give you 100 grand.
I don't give a fuck. What y'all talking about? People started doing
So I give you 100 grand right now, right?
The government, but what you keep forgetting that the government is committing a crime by not giving you resources.
Yes, fine.
So you can't take that out of the equation.
Not out the equation.
They're committing a
No
crime.
one's taking out of the equation.
Yes, you are,
No.
because you keep saying that niggas are just going to commit crimes to get the 100K.
Let me ask you this, Kraig. You know this. There's niggas around the corner that you say, yo, man, I give you 100 grand, you bust somebody over the head with this. They're going to take that.
Niggas do it for $5.
They'll do it. Show them the 100 grand.
But what about the system, Todd?
The system is not.
That shit will become the system.
No, you're ignoring the system.
I'm saying that will
How
become
many
the
niggas-
system.
Nigga said they'll become the system like you're alchemist or some shit.
You're ignoring the system, dog.
become.
It's still a factor in this equation. That's why I'm saying it this way.
Maybe 100 grand is too much to give people for crime. Maybe if you...
I don't think
A man just did 30 years in prison for a rape he didn't commit, and they gave him like a few $1 million.
Right.
So we're lowballing right now.
Yeah, we really are.
We
Please don't
lowballing.
give no millions. It'd really be niggas out in the street if you gave out millions for a crime.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
Right there. Yeah, I'll be right back, Kraig.
Easy. I'm gonna get $1 million. I'm gonna go do that.
That'll
I'll
make
be
the
late to the
street safer
podcast,
for
yeah.
the rest of us.
but you know,
That's a win-win.
But
Definitely going back to back.
you don't think why niggas commit crimes is important?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
But
yeah.
that doesn't change
It
what I'm saying.
It does.
Nah, not at all.
I think the
Because-
fact that you didn't even say what kind of crime it is. Like
Because
niggas
you-
could be shooting grandmas and shit just to get
Because
100K.
like I said, niggas was committing crimes to get that fucking money from the government, all that they already got, that they already lost.
Why was they committing the crime?
The system is failing. The system is failing. I get it.
Yeah.
You haven't changed that part. That's what I'm saying. So
Maybe-
now, only way you change it is
That's
by
the
sending
glue to my
motherfuckers to
argument.
jail.
No, maybe they're committing a crime. They're committing a crime. Look, I got it. I got it, Dose. You're committing a crime for the reward that they're supposed to get for committing that crime. If they didn't get caught, then what?
So
If you go to rob a bank and you don't get caught, you get the whatever it says 40 million in the
Whatever,
bank. You
yeah.
get that. That's
get-
why you're committing the crime.
right.
The system is selling the American dream. The American dream is that
And
we
it's
can
not
all,
trickling down.
the American dream is that we can all be kings. We can all be able to obtain and work and obtain all these different things, but we really can't. So the fact that you can't causes that grief between people to want to commit crimes. You can't. I mean, that's
Right.
you can't. What can you do about that system? If that's what it is, it's designed to be that way. That's why.
It's designed to work the way exactly.
So it
it's working.
flourishes like that. Someone's
You
gonna have.
challenge
Someone's
it.
gonna have to lose. For someone to win, someone has to lose. Everyone can't.
Yo, is
Go
there,
A bunch of little
let me
cousins
ask
at that
this.
family reunion.
Is
Like, hey,
there
man.
is there a certain
You
amount,
need to help Big Mama out, nigga.
look, is there a certain amount of money they could give us that would make us not do the crime?
I don't know if there's a certain.
I'm
And
saying
that'd be
is-
different. That's a
It
different
don't
argument
matter.
there.
What I'm saying
Yeah.
is, it don't matter how much money you give somebody. If there's a way to do the crime and get more, it's gonna be niggas.
If
that's
they
gonna
gave
do it.
every black
greedy.
person $1 million,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think we'd be good.
That greed is real.
That's
So it don't
the
matter.
thing.
You know what I mean? There's no price. It don't matter. Like greed is real. So
Some
niggas
people
would
that do
that,
crimes
like
that
what
don't
Todd
even
is
need to do
saying,
that shit.
just out of greed.
Yeah,
Some people are greedy, but most criminals are doing it out of opportunity. We keep making the exception the rule.
We keep
yes, there are
turning
greedy
it
people
into
out there,
some
but
Yes,
Oh,
but you're not. You're not
keep-
changing the
But
problem.
you keep turning these niggas into the Bugle Boys. This ain't fucking DuckTales, nigga. Niggas ain't jumping in the money bin.
They look like a
It ain't Scrooge McDuck and Flint Harm Glomgo, nigga. This is real life, and the system has failed most black people, my nigga.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
has lied
agree
to
I believe
us.
you.
100%.
I believe you.
You
On
feel
top
what I'm
of just
saying?
black people.
So most of the niggas I grew up with, most of the legal shit they did was because they didn't have shit.
Right, right.
Like
Well, this-
nothing.
Right.
This whole country is a big scheme, though. I mean, that's our whole motto, the American dream. You know, on the upward social ranking scale, we like fucking number 30 some goddamn way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's a game.
Yeah,
that's been played
this-
across the whole world.
Yeah, nobody. It's not designed for you to really come up. You really got to do something. You know.
But the little comeuppance you get, you fight for. Because the reason why we have an 8-hour work week, people challenge the system. Slavery ended because niggas was challenging the system and starting wars. Everything that happened is because everything that we call America the Beautiful, the Great, whatever, it all came after the extreme challenge by the people. And now before America don't give you shit. You got to fight for it. And when you fight for it long enough, they'll come up off of it. Why? Because the number one issue for any country, the number one threat to national security is internal destabilization. When the people are dissatisfied, that's the biggest threat to any nation. So when the people revolt, the government has to bend, or they become susceptible to outside threat. So that's why revolt always works. And it doesn't mean just rioting. It means conversations like this to change people's mindset. So now for those who do decide to vote, if you are going to vote, you're going to vote for some kind of reparations, not representation. Ooh, she's black. You're going to actually vote for something if you do decide to vote. If we have this kind of conversation.
Is he right, Ty?
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
My
He's
question,
right.
my question is that though
Everything will be right.
in history ever, Dewan, have you ever seen where somebody revolted over something and changed something and it was peaceful? Never. I don't think so.
Yes, it has happened. It's happened both
Like
ways.
where it
Peaceful
was
resolution?
where it peacefully changed. Like, oh, you know what? You right.
Yeah, just let the slaves go.
You know.
It's the right thing to do.
You and Dozie. According to you and
Never
Dozie.
thought about it like that.
According to you and Dozie, slavery is a slave's fault.
No, he's trying to make us go viral, and we don't want to go.
According to you two niggas.
Yeah, he tried to.
But to answer your question, I don't most people took some strength.
Them niggas who got this, they could have said
They
no.
could have ran. They could have ran.
Could have juked. They didn't know how to juke.
They could have clocked out.
They running in straight lines. You gotta.
Scarehead. The real revolution is in the people's minds. When the people's minds change, you'll see things change. But that's why the reason why he said the revolution will not be televised, because you can't televise what's going on in people's minds. The minute people stop accepting it up here is the minute the outward things start to change. So
The wine's so big, he got two spirits.
My goodness. Wow. Wow.
He got to hold his big ass up.
Wow.
Help me out, nigga. They be inside of arguing. Help me out. Nigga. Shit. I didn't tell him to sit down like that. Help me out.
He said he double spirited.
that's funny as hell coming with marinara pimples up here.
That nigga,
You got half tomatoes on your face.
that nigga spirits got knee braces.
Help me out, nigga. Help me out.
That nigga spirits got to go to a chiropractor.
Kraig wish he had naps.
Help me out, please. Help me out.
You pray for naps. I wish I was.
Oh shit. Oh man. Wow.
And the spirits is on Vicodin.
Help me out. Please help me out. I like that spirit.
Kraig's soul has zits. Fuck you.
Help me out.
I'm fucking with you, man.
That's fucked up.
You growing a Dewan neck in the back of your. You growing a Dewan neck in the back of your head, nigga.
Yeah,
You better watch it.
I got
You growing a
some hot
Dewan.
dogs. We've been on this subject for an hour. What you got? Snap said, I got two, like 20 minutes ago.
Tap you on the shoulder. I got two, bro.
I got two.
Let me get my two off right quick.
My kids watching. Come on, man. I got two.
Let me get my two. Let me get my two. Come on, dog. You do me like that? Come on, man. I got my two.
I'm on TV, baby.
I write more.
Oh, Kraig, help me out.
Help me out.
Help me out. Please, help me out. Please, help me out. Help me out, please.
Let me ask y'all, man, what's the easiest job y'all ever had?
Doing crimes for $100,000. It's a system, bro. It's a system. Y'all leaving out the system.
Slap that nigga and turn myself in.
It was me. I'm just supposed to deposit this check right here? Oh, shit. So check this out, man. A Canadian candy company, they're offering $100K for $100K salary for a chief taste tester. A chief taste tester. Pretty much, these are the people that make the candy such as Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Kit Kat, all that. So what they're doing is they're offering a job, one position to somebody to sit and eat candy, for a full year.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have to try 3,500 different types of candies just to see if they're worthy enough to make it to the team.
Dwan sweating like one.
That nigga said, why uncock my shit?
I'm fitting to get a job.
I got
Application now.
Fuck this crime I was getting ready to do.
Didn't he blaze his glasses to see that?
Put the gun down.
Yeah, put this in your mouth.
So that's about 117 pieces of candy per day. And here's the crazy thing. They're opening a job up. You can start at the age of 5. So you can apply from 5 and up. And pretty much you sitting at home and you tasting candy for a full year for $100K. So that's another way instead of going to jail that you can get that money.
Allow your parents to earn hard.
So I go to jail, give the kid the candy.
So it's kind of like the
grand,
golden
niggas do
ticket.
anything.
Not even 10 years, just one.
Me and my kids is here. We all want jobs.
I didn't come in no crime. I mean, I got teeth cancer. But
Shitting Skittles in this motherfucker
And
every
that was my
day.
question. Don't it seem like there has to be more to this? I mean, like, think about the person that's going to take the job. You finna eat 117 pieces of candy every day for a full year. That sounds like dentist. That sounds like diabetes. That sounds like all of that from age 5. Anybody can apply for this. There's already been 3 million people. You can go and apply right now, and pretty much it's work from
3
home.
million people.
Well,
It's work from home.
we just
3
talked.
million motherfuckers.
That sounds like
We
a
just-
scientific study to me.
Yeah, we just talked about that niggas doing shit for free. Have you seen that nigga behind you? He been doing this shit for free. So for $100 grand, that could be done, man.
That
That
was a
could
good
be
one.
done.
That was a good one.
I can see it being
So what
done.
I'm saying, I think it's more than that because they said already it's over 3 million people that applied.
Yeah,
You sit at your house and they deliver you candy all day for a full year.
that sounds a
you
little
apply?
that sound a little suspect to me.
That's what I'm saying.
And put this in your mouth.
Can you imagine how many kids are going to apply for this job?
if I eat the candy or not.
Right.
I gotta,
It better
I gotta
be
take
gone.
myself eating this shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Send in the video clip.
That's in the trash.
Hey, send in your clip.
Send me that website, man.
I'll just spit it out. I'll just spit it out.
You better not.
Yeah.
You better not.
Exactly.
I had candy every show.
We checking trash cans in your house, nigga. You want this 100 grand?
You got to send in the video every day of the
Yeah.
mastication.
What? What do you call that?
Of what?
Mastication. Hey, that was called, Dewan?
Oh, whoa.
The mastification.
That sounds crucial. What is that?
Y'all have your little game.
I'm not looking it up on my
Leave me out of this shit.
That's what it's called, right? The masticate, right? When the active chewing and when you.
Oh, that's what it's called? Okay.
Oh, you
The
know.
active
I
chewing.
thought it was something else. You know what I thought it was?
What's that?
Yeah, like when people died while having sex, like
Oh, yeah.
Asphyxiation.
like being choked or something, like on
Right.
ropes or something.
Wow. Preacher's kid.
Another word
Yeah,
for that.
she got freaky right away.
Asphyxiation.
Like, I thought you were
Roll a
fucking me
nigga to death. Like, God damn, get off that man.
Yeah, that's some
done.
wild shit. What else you got for us,
I don't know
Snap?
what these niggas
All
talking
right,
about.
let's get into some tree talk. All right, one of our fellow weed enthusiasts, Wiz Khalifa, got into it this weekend with a couple DJs. He went to a club in LA to promote his new album, and while he was sitting in the club, the DJs didn't play none of his new music.
That's
Nothing from
cool.
the new album. So Wiz Khalifa gets on the mic and just badmouths him, talks bad to him, challenges him, offered to fade to both of them. You know what I mean? Tell them they can get these hands, all that type of stuff.
He should
He
have
shoved one of them.
he should have called Monique and took her route, man, and complained about this negotiation.
But check this out, though. Somebody responded, and they stood up for the DJs. They said these was 2 young dudes. You should have handled it the way that you should have handled it a little better than that. And if it was me, I would have swung on your ass. And those are the words of Kid Capri. So Kid Capri is talking to Wiz Khalifa, telling him, you need to fix this situation. If it was me, I'd have swung at you because you don't disrespect these young dudes who's trying to learn the game the same way.
Right.
I don't know if y'all noticed Wiz Khalifa been doing that MMA lately, walking around, you know what I'm saying, in the MMA weird. You know what I'm saying,
MMA
trying to
is
get his
not-
training in.
Oh, he'll beat the shit out of Kid Capri?
Who y'all
All these
think?
niggas
Who gonna catch
practicing
the fade? Who gonna win the fade?
boxing and
Wiz
fighting and
Khalifa.
shit.
I'll beat this shit up quick.
Yeah, I got Wiz.
Oh, Wiz?
Yeah.
Wiz will get his ass.
Yeah.
MMA or not.
Wiz,
Yeah.
Wiz,
I heard
Wiz
about him
too
doing nothing
motherfucking
action.
skinny though, man. That little nigga. Yeah, that nigga too skinny to be
That
talking
motherfucker.
shit to any grown man.
Fighting styles
Yeah.
over a non-fight. Like if you
Yeah,
a trained fighter versus a non-trained fighter, I'm gonna go with the trained fighter.
Yeah.
Even if it's just you training in your backyard with a nigga every day.
Nah.
He's been training for years.
I don't
Right.
got that nigga whooping
I've
Dewan.
never seen kick nothing.
I don't got
Right.
him whooping Dewan. He come with that shit, Dewan, wrap his hand around his neck, that's a wrap. He gonna ball that little nigga up and it's over.
You trying to
So
get
Wiz
Dewan
Khalifa-
karate?
Threw my name in.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
So his new album is called Multiverse. Do y'all think it was a big deal for the DJs? Kind of, you think they got the wrong signal, or you think it was because sometimes people sabotage your stuff. You'll show up, somebody slide a DJ money, say don't pay none of that nigga shit. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a
What do
cold.
y'all
That's
think
a,
it is?
Them
If
is the
you
type of
showing
niggas
up-
Todd talking about on the
$100.
Yeah.
And the whole reason he was there was for them to promote his new album.
Did he get paid?
I'm sure he got
Then
paid.
he should have shut the fuck up. If I come to the club and I'm supposed to do an interview or they don't ask me no questions and nothing, nigga, I gotta wait in. That's what it is.
You
for
just
me.
take your $100,000.
Blaze,
As long as I get paid.
was there to
He was there to promote his
Yeah,
album.
Wiz is upset because he's there. He's trying to put on a show, give a presentation on his new album. The DJs keep fucking up. The music keeps fucking up. The presentation looks shitty.
Yeah, but you don't accept money for that. You pay money for that. Now, if I want to promote something, I'm gonna hire all my own shit. I'm gonna make sure it gets done the way I want to do it. If they gonna pay me,
So you gonna turn down all those booking fees, Blaze?
He don't want the
I ain't
$100,000.
turning down no
ain't
money. I
turning-
made
Blaze
that
over
clear.
here talking like, I ain't gonna take
You're not turning
your
down no
money.
money.
Blaze gonna be
Ain't
doing
so
dancing
goddamn
with the
full of
About
shit.
100,000.
He's gonna be dancing with the stars.
You there to promote your party. You there to promote your album.
I just-
You're getting paid to be there.
Right.
Playing your songs is a part of promoting your album so the people there can listen because the albums break through the clubs.
But you gotta decide
You
what's
just gonna
more.
accept it and say, I'm gonna take my money and
Hell
put my head
yeah.
on down, put my glasses
Obviously-
on, and go ahead and leave.
Obviously, I ain't as dope as I thought I was, nigga. If they can go the whole night without playing my shit, I'm gonna take that money and go revamp myself, or take that money and say I'm cool with that. But I ain't crying about shit.
You ain't gonna
man.
cry in the car?
I ain't crying about shit.
You just gonna accept it, huh?
Uncle Todd, you fucking Wiz
It ain't
Khalifa?
accepted. This is what I do.
You ain't crying about nothing.
All right.
I mean,
I'm just gonna go ahead and take it.
Black
Not a motherfucking thing.
Shout out to
man.
Wiz Khalifa.
Blaze is born. He got slapped. He slapped the shit out the doctor. Like, hey, yo, look,
Oh, yeah.
stop playing with me. I don't play
Nigga, if you took a shit and there was blood in that water, you gonna cry.
It's definitely crying time.
That nigga,
If you ain't crying, you should
You
be.
ain't gonna cry, you gonna cry for that
with
shit.
my heart gonna skip a beat at least.
yeah, that nigga.
Ain't no nigga that wear glasses that much not crying.
He went
nigga.
to a
You-
nigga. He went
come with something,
to a nigga stool.
You say you ain't crying for shit. I said, wow. She took a shit and it was
Nigga
bloody,
probably
so
cried
you
before
might
he came
cry.
to
You might be a little disappointed.
Man.
You try to bust my cherry.
Shit too hard. Shit too hard.
Yeah.
I bust my own cherry.
The shit too rough.
Start wearing glasses in dark places. I need to know what the fuck's going on.
Blaze cried at the end of RoboCop. For sure.
It's fucked up.
That was the only time I cried. But other than that,
Nigga, when Johnny
Terminator.
5 died, he
Oh,
was
Johnny fucked me up.
You need to come outside.
Johnny fucked me up.
That nigga Blaze probably doesn't lean on me, nigga.
I
When
wrote
they
by
sang
him.
that song, nigga.
I wrote about it. He was devastated.
Blaze cry every time he stopped the garbage disposal.
First time he heard computer love,
Still we do about computer love.
Shoot it about computer love. Nigga, that's like so hard to say goodbye for him.
Oh, well. Computer love. You nigga stupid,
Oh
man.
shit.
We're gonna wrap it up, man. Tell everybody where they can find you, starting with Dewan.
InCincinnatiStrays.com/shop. The music tree is up. The book's coming out on breakthroughas.org next week. Hotepish.com/shop. Actually, the book is gonna be on all the websites when I finally release it. Tell it like it is.
Say.
Tell it like it is.
Don't be ashamed.
Let your conscience
Be your guide.
You niggas burnt out.
Tell them where they can find you, Otto.
Hello world, it's Otto Bots, man. You can find me on Instagram. It's Otto Bots. You can find me on TikTok, Otto Bots. You can find me on YouTube.
Autobots.
Find me on Facts.
Autobots.
Find me on
Autobots.
5 me at your daddy's house. Autobots. God dang, man. What the fuck?
Whoa.
Right for that, man.
We're ready for
I
that.
love you, life, man. I wish you guys all the best. Hope you guys enjoyed your community experience today. And enjoy your birthday. Good luck.
Enjoy your birthday. That was random as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, happy birthday, motherfucker.
To everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
There
you go.
You can find me on Instagram as well at Jonae the Queen, JONNAETHEQUEEN. And Jonae Thompson on all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. Yeah, and check me out live. I'll be in San Diego tomorrow night.
What time?
8 p.m. at the Good Bar in Rosecrans. So if you're in SD, pull up.
Hell yeah, San Diego.
Penn Roethlisberger on IG, Snaptastic_Penn. The I Write, like I said, is coming soon, as well as that Dina Collective album. I don't have an exact date right now, but it is completely finished, and I'm ready for it. It's ready to come out. So that's it. You think you right on the time? Well, I write more.
Ooh. Hey, you can find me on iTunes, Autobots.
Auto got what you got? Two songs on iTunes?
3.
That's right, Otto.
And they got a greatest hit.
Greatest.
One CD, one song. Legendary.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Che Bukwenu.
Hey!
Dozie, regular _DOZ, Dozie Nzenwa on Facebook. I love everybody.
Yeah, man. Uncle Todd Comedy, IG, Facebook, Twitter. Check my comedy experience out. It's called I'm Out There. It's got Taco Tuesday, Blame the Bartender, Headaches, Left Me in Pasadena. Shout out to I'm Out There Nation. I know you out there. And check the Unk videos out, man, out there on Instagram, man. I'm out there.
Out there.
Out there. 100 grand.
Hey, you already know what it is. Bad Boy Blaze. Shout out to myself. That's OOBLZ at Instagram. 00BLZ. Holla backwards. Peace.
Hey, man, that's been this episode of Kraig Facts. Follow all the shit, TheeKraigSmith.com. And, yeah, purchase that Chill Never Withers album. It's streaming like crazy. Purchase the Dina Collective when it comes out. The Taco Tuesday. Otto's greatest hit.
A plate from Dewan.
The plate from Dewan.
Club is burning.
Dewan gravy sandwiches, man.
Boy, you something, get it from God. God.